John Abba said it is time for him to govern. With all this dark, somebody was asking, before he left and come back, he was asking Michael, why you're talking about technocrats now and professionals now? Why is it now that you're talking about that? This is the thing. It is the same thing we do in Africa. Political appointment, those who supported him is giving them appointment, whether they are qualified, whether they are not qualified, whether they have the record and the credibility to be there, it doesn't matter. This is MAGA. We are in the MAGA world, so we should have to accept that. But I think that I'm going to end like this, like what I said from the beginning. It is an opportunity for Democrats to let go people like Pelosi and the rest of them. There are a lot of vibrant young men and women in their party that they can just go back and begin to reorganize, because they have to reorganize to be able to make sure that they have people that can be able to speak on their behalf. So I think if this man wants to govern based on the margin in the House and the Senate, it's not going to be easy for him, because a lot of them who rode on his back, he's not going to support everything he said, because they know that he's crazy. Most of these people who are jumping MAGA now, they won election on MAGA. It doesn't necessarily mean that when he bring a bill in the National Assembly, they will join and pass. No, it's not going to work. So I raise my case, and I pray that I put my hands crossed. If he's the president of America, the day I want to come and visit Dr. Damages, he's not going to stop my flight not to come to New York, right? Because I have my ticket to come to New York, and I paid for my ticket, so he cannot stop me from coming to the U.S. But for my brothers that are living over, all of you that are living over there, he just keep praying and say that, well, let him do what he said he's going to do. We are watching, and the world is watching. Thank you, my brother.
All right. Thank you so much, Ike.
Can I respond, because Ike have been calling?
Yeah. You respond just a minute. All right, I just did that just to welcome people joining us on Dr. Damage's YouTube channel. We were kicked offline earlier today, for carrying the inauguration through Fox News and C-SPAN, and they just restored our connection. So for those who've been looking for us and people have been clicking on the link I sent out, they couldn't get on. We are back. Thank you, everybody. And I think, John, you are the next person that will speak. John, go
I wanted to respond, though.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. My mind works in some ways. Okay, KJ, respond to him.
Thank you. Pastor Ike, you have said the right thing. I am a man who follows Christ, and I follow him very well. I'm also a man who understands the Bible. If you show me one place where God wanted to repair the community, and he brought a pastor to come and do it, then I will agree with what you're saying. But since God don't use good men to repair, to do the dirty works, he uses dirty people to do the dirty work, then I think Trump is qualified to be where he is. Secondly, the last time I checked, being a president of America is not electing you for the position of the Pope or the Bishop of Canterbury. It's a political position. It's not based on morals. In fact, politics, if you study to a point, tells you there's no morality in politics. And that is what goes on. But I'm not even going to base my argument on that. Because I like for you, if you come to a position of being a leader, you have some quality that can endear the people or lure the people to like you. Now, Trump loves America, whether we like it or we don't like it. Whether he's taking the right form or not, that is still subject to discussion. Because just like Declan said here, one of the factors that we should always keep in mind is that before now, we all know what is seemed to be true. This is true, this is false. That narrative of being able to have a standard for everything is no longer being used. Social media has leveled out everything. There is a post that Rudolph highlighted some time ago. It's shame on you for being a Democrat. You know that before now, in the 80s, you can't speak that way. But now in the advent of social media, somebody can tell you anything you want to say. Can even say shame on you. In fact, some people somebody have even told me I should be ashamed of myself for supporting Trump. You see, the thing is that we no longer have the same values and principles for guiding us, except those of us who decide to align ourselves with a certain belief and allow that doctrine to guide us in our character. If not, my dear brothers, when I was in primary school, I used to have a cartoon. One guy, I try to remember his name. He wrote that by the year 2000, people will be walking naked in the streets of America. And that time he was they bashed him. They talked so many things about him, and eventually today, what do we have? Are people not walking naked? The other day I went to Rudolph town. I couldn't even put my eyes up. I had to be looking at the ground to go because it was too much what I was seeing.
But it wasn't summer yet. What did you see? You didn't see anything.
Oh,
come during the summer.
Rudolph. I said I had to keep my eyes on the pavement and be walking like this because I couldn't put my eyes up. So some people who live there, I am the one who is stupid. I'm the one who is bush. I'm the one who is not modern. Now, can I use that my standard now to just judge them there? The answer is no, because they don't believe in what I believe. They ascribe to another thing different from what I believe. So when we are doing that, let's also balance out things. On the issue of whether Trump is coming and all these things you talk about, you people forget. See, if you know me in my younger days, I used to be an actor. I used to be a dancer. Okay? So if you go now and get my dancing time when I used to dance, with all the troops in Nigeria, and you see me now tying rubber and this, you say this, look at, and he says he's a pastor. That is what they're going to say. People evolve. This guy was an entertainer.
But is there anything wrong with dancing? I don't know.
No. I'm saying let me say now. You see, why I'm saying that you have costumes that may not look, they may not make you look. You understand what I'm saying? The costume may not be exactly what you want to put on right now at your age, at where I am right now. And somebody who is looking for what to hold me or can go there and look at it. Maybe I'm even in one of the scenes, I'm holding a young lady. And they say, hey, look at
it. That's the one we're interested in. Can you give us that picture? Do we have it?
So those pictures are there in the archives. Anybody, in fact, I remember one of the guys telling me that he are waiting for me if any day I'm going to contest for governorship in my state. They will just bring out all those things and put them out there. These are people do that. You guys remember the story of the guy who bought 21st century this thing, who bought it off the internet. That's this thing. So when he got to 20th century and they wanted to change to 20th century, they couldn't buy it. They couldn't buy it because the guy, before the media got to that point, he already envisaged that this is going to happen. So he went ahead and bought it before them and held it. And when they got there, they had to pay him huge money. He became a millionaire overnight because of that simple this thing. What I'm trying to say so I don't take too much time is this. Let's allow this man just show us what he has got. As for whether he hold the Bible upside down or not, we are not calling him to be a pastor for us. He's not our pastor. He's not going to run any church. And we're not electing him as president of America because he's going to run a church. God will use the people he has ordained to be pastors and use the people he has ordained to be soldiers. Let's not take a soldier and put in the pulpit. Let's not take a pastor and put in the place of governance, and then things will go well. Thank you very much. As for Janaba, I won't respond to you. I just leave you to go. God be with you. You say, okay.
Dr. Damages, if you can give me just 30 seconds.
Okay.
My brother KJ, I wasn't judging Trump. I was not judging Trump's. I was talking about the moral standing of a president of a nation. I'm not judging him. What we're talking about, our president in Nigeria has nothing. When we say what we talk about, we are not judging, but it's fact. It's factual fact. So I wasn't judging. I was just pinpointing things that I know and I see that at least when somebody is holding that the most powerful pulpit in the world, there must be an element of decency of a man. That's what I'm saying. What comes out of his mouth up to today is the same thing. He talks to anybody, anything he wants to say. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you. John?
One minute. You see,
that's why I don't do that. People don't know why.
Not up to a minute, just one this thing.
Okay.
If you are talking about morality, then I will ask you, since you love who has been there before, what is the morality that took them to Libya and kept Libya the way it is today? Is there any justification for that? If there's no justification, then let's leave that issue. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You see, sometimes I don't, not that I don't like exchanges. I know that one person will speak, another person will want to speak, and if you don't let the other person, it's a problem. Paul, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. We have Donald Trump as the president, and when you see the way politicians talk and do things, and it's kind of funny to me. If you see, but what I like with Trump is that the innovation that Trump and Republican is bringing into new type of politics that they play in the world. I like it. All the things that Joe Biden, because politicians all over the world, they overpromise and they deliver less. But the beauty of it is that America has already set these things down. That's why they have Congress that stays for only 2 years. So simply mean come March of next year, election will take place. Campaign will start. And Trump overpromised. Trump probably may not deliver some of those things. So possibility is going to lose Congress. You understand? By November next year, he's going to lose Congress. By the time he loses Congress next year, it's almost a lame duck president. So these things do happen, you know. But one thing I like with Trump, the way Trump talk, the way Republicans talk, Democrats will lie a lot. Oh, they don't do like this. They dress certain way, they talk certain way, but they don't really deliver as they used to be. You understand? But KJ, I want to challenge you. Since the Second World War till now, go look the statistics. Democrat has been doing better when it comes to the economy than Republican since the Second World War. Thank God you have a smartphone, you have a computer, you check it yourself and see it. And then for that, Democrat has been doing very well. But at the same time, they might do well with the economy, but they fail in so many ways. You understand? Today, Texas, everybody run to Texas. But guess what? Texas is losing it. Texas is losing it. Florida is losing it. These are the two big red states. They are losing it. Guess what? Democrat is also losing it. California is number 50. Losing it, people are leaving the state. What is this? Boston, Massachusetts, they're also losing it. A blue state, they are also losing it. New York is losing it, like the red state is losing it. People are moving now to the South Carolina and North Carolina. Simply mean the far right that Republican is doing with Texas. People are leaving the states. The same thing, people are leaving Florida. The same thing, people are leaving California. People are leaving Boston because of the type of things that they do. So, and Trump, one thing I see Trump do, Trump know how to pick popular thing and make use of it. That's why Trump could win this election. But very many promises that Trump promised the first time, he didn't achieve many of those things. Trump only ruled for 4 years and Trump borrowed almost $8 trillion. While cumulatively, Barack Obama borrowed less than $7 trillion for 8 years. But Trump, for only 4 years, Trump put the economy of the country $8 trillion for only 4 years and everything. Then when you look these things that because subsidy, I want to tell all my Nigerians and my Africans, any one of you who have a job up to 2 years, any one of you who have the good credit, any one of you who have loose cash, please go buy a house. The economy will not get better anytime soon. Neither the price of things going to go up because people don't understand what is tariff. If you put tariff on something that is coming from China for $10,000 and you put a 50% tariff, then that thing automatically is $15,000. And everything. China don't pay the tariff. It is we that will pay the tariff. China has already brought the product. And common mass that tell me, if China pay people $2 per hour to do this job, and they put tariff, America will still pay $20, $18 to do the same job. So to some extent, China may even not care with the tariff. It's still going to affect the American market. It's just that the quality thing with Trump is that Trump knows how to bully and cause all this panic all around. You know, he knows how to cause the panic. But I think Trump also wants to do everything within his reach to write his name in gold. Like when you look the Greenland thing, these things has been there. When you look the Panama thing, Trump want to pay Panama karma with what Panama did to Trump Tower in Panama, how he lost that place, the tallest building in Panama. Trump want to punish, and at the same time, you want to punish, then at the same time again, the same man want to write his name is in gold. So the way Trump is going about it, I don't see the economy so stable. It might cause all this panic. People will get scared with the Canada thing, Mexico thing. But the Mexico president, I think that lady is really, really doing very, very fine. If she can stand the test of time, if they don't use other politics to weaken the woman, I think the woman is standing the test of time. Like the way she replied Trump, if you talk about all the drugs, the cartel will have all the guns that they have to make them cartel. All is also coming from America. So when you stop sending guns to Canada and Mexico, then we'll stop bringing drugs to. So we can work together and stop these things because it's not working for both countries. You know, so Trump may talk the talk, but if he want to use all this tariff, I don't think it's going to work well for him. He just want to write his name is good. Then when we go to my African side, when people talk religion, it just makes me laugh. Sometimes when you see people curse people like the celestial people that they used to have so many wives. This is Trump who have 3 wives, 5 children for 3 different women and every other thing. I don't see any good Christian in Nigeria that will support that type of person to be a pastor, because the only religion, Pentecostal or whatever, celestial that do things like that in Nigeria, we talk down on them. You understand? People make mockery of them. But Trump, he have 5 kids from 3 different women and every other thing. So what do you want to expect from this man? This is a man who don't really understand religion. So we should just quickly take this religion. But what America do with religion, they've been a religious country for years and everything. Democrats pick the parts they want to pick. Don't forget the poor among you. You go to blue states, they give you a lot of all these handouts and everything. You go to red states, they make you work for it. You understand? So on that aspect, Democrats also follow religion. Don't forget the poor among you. You understand? And when you come to the LGBTQ and everything, I think Democrats take it too far, and it also affects them. It also causes them tremendously. They lose a lot. Then when you want to talk about somebody make mention of Mr. Ike, make mention of Democrats and these old people. I think that is the biggest problem with Democrats. And until Democrats wake up to understand these things, you understand, even though they lead in the house, we see somebody like AOC. When you want to make a 78 years old man who is having prostate cancer, who is sitting on a wheelchair to still be a lead, when AOC can do the talk and everything, you are not going anywhere. The era when these so-called old politicians work very well, those are the era, like my father's time. I convinced my father tirelessly to watch Channels News. My father will not watch NTA, VOA, BBC. You understand? So the era when they themselves think that we're going to continue to watch this their CNN and this their Fox News is going. Look at Joe Rogan. Look at what he did with Trump and everything. The social media is taking over. The young people want to watch their news from TikTok, 30 seconds. You understand that you can't even comprehend anything out of there. It has gone. But these old people still think that, oh, if they push all this fake narrative through the so-called CNN and the Fox News that we're going to buy all those things, they don't even understand that all this thing called prime time and everything. People don't really watch all those things any longer. People focus on the social media. So those lies are the lie that we believe and everything. These things is coming. These things will go. See, let me tell you one funny thing. Do you know the way the whole world love Israel? The way the whole world believe Israel, that Israel is that dot. You understand? In an ocean, in a vast land, Israel is that dot. But see the power of social media. Now everybody understand that Israel is the Goliath. Israel is the bully. The way it's changing. Now ask yourself, the next 10 years, what do you think Israel will look like? The next 20 years, what do you think Israel will look like? That is the people that people love so much. People even put religious to it. Oh, it's God's own country. It is God that carry the fight. When we know that it has nothing to do with all those things. So it's going to change, and it's going to change tremendously. So I look forward to Trump and see how Trump will manage these things. But I can tell you very, very easy that he's going to lose Congress come next year. That is the American standard. So what he will do, Then if you want to drive people out of your country, that is going to cost you almost $90 billion. It's going to cost you this. And KJ, some of us, John Alba, some of us that have stayed here for some time in this country, we understand when Bush did that. Bush did it. You understand? When people left Texas and everything, the same Bush now play trick and say, come in and walk and go back. Somebody jump fence, enter your house, you drive and back. Then you open door for the person to enter your house. You say, I open door, when you finish, then you go back. Is that not funny? You understand? Because he affects the economy. Everybody started leaving Texas. So when you think you're going to drive all those people, look, do you know the weather in Arizona? I drove with AC. Look what is going on in DC. I drove with AC to my house, the weather. These guys are on the road working. In that DC, with that heavy cold that they can't even do this thing outside. Let us tell ourselves the truth. Who are the guys there working? Let us tell ourselves the truth. In California literally feeds the 50 states with farming. I know many people know that with tech and the so-called Hollywood, but people don't know that California is big with farming. That's why they don't play with these guys. How many of us will work in the farm? Even let me now be a little bit racist, like we fondly call, like they also call us to everybody Africa. Let me also be a little bit racist and say Mexicans. My brother, if any Mexicans that have paper will not even work in the farm, the one that is working in the farm, the day they have kids or their kids come got paper, they don't work in the farm. So in excess of it, the guys who work in the farm, they are cheap labor that even make this food that we eat cheaper. You must understand all those things. So when Trump say all those things, I understand that Trump is not a stupid man to that extent. I don't see Trump do it the way he's saying it. Yes, the guys who work on Friday and got his paycheck and fight with his girlfriend and the girlfriend call the cops, that one is going, no two ways about it. But say they will go to the farm, they'll go to the farm, they'll come to the road, see these guys who is doing all this construction on the road and pick them. My brother, even though the guy who have felony, the white man, the black man who have felony in the United States of America, come back, even when they can even get a construction job, they don't do it. They rather prefer to go back to jail. They say, God damn it, shit, it's too hard. Let's tell ourselves the truth. So Trump is not stupid to cause all these things for himself. So he might say all those things just to make his base happy. You know, the way Trump is coming, some people who don't understand the way immigration work and everything, who just hate the fact that I'm that lead. They just believe that, oh, Trump going to send me back home. You know, those funny things because they don't really understand. So I know they are coming from the place of ignorance. And Trump used that ignorance to make them get up from their couch to go vote. And I don't think that's what he is doing. But now that he's on the power, I don't see him do some of those things that he promised to do. That's my take.
All right. Thank you, Paul, for that detailed take. Let me just say a few things. Janaba, I know you want to speak. Wait, let me just say a few things because I have to go and eat breakfast. So, KJ, there's something you said that I touched me. We were talking about people in New York because I defend New York, the way they dressed. I wish you were here in the 60s. You know, I think what happens to us as people is that we look at a particular era, this period of time. The world changes. You know, there will be a time that people will not wear anything, and then the world will become more conservative, and then turn again. So sometimes people think that this is the end of the world. You know, like the liberals, when they look at Trump and say this is the end of the world, you know, he could do damage to the society, but it's not going to be the end of the world. I hear Kenneth say things like, oh, we have a Republican and another Republican and Democrats are vanquished forever. You know, it's not going to happen. Democrats cannot be there forever. Republicans cannot be there forever. Paul was talking about people moving around, you know, leaving New York. Yeah, it happens. If you look at history, people move from one place to the other. Even crime in America moves from one place to another. So crime might be a lot in New York in the 90s, and they put in measures in New York, and people move. The criminals will move to Chicago, and Chicago will wake up one day and put in measures. They move to Oakland, you know. So that's how it is. So the point is that for us, most of us here are older people now. Young people are coming up. We have to always be concerned about young people. One of the things I worry about when I hear Trump and people like Biden sometimes is that the young generation coming behind us, they don't think like us. So like issues of climate change, this drill, baby drill, you don't find young people. My daughter will not say something like that. My kids, they don't believe it. They don't understand that. They're moving on towards a more sustainable tomorrow. But we, the older people, want to hold on to these things we're used to, things like gender. They are comfortable with that now. The young people are comfortable with that. You're not going to reverse it. It doesn't matter what Trump is saying or whoever comes to power is saying. You're not going to reverse it. So the point I'm making is that it's good to have this conversation, and we are going to continue to have it. It's not going to change. Now that Trump is here, I know tomorrow he's going to do some things. In fact, this night he's signing some executive orders. Tomorrow we're going to talk about it. Next tomorrow we're talking about we're done. We're in his control now for the next 4 years. But on that note, I want to say thank you.
Doctor, please, let me just say one small thing that KJ talk about this dressing. So let me make you laugh. So my mother came in a very wrong time when the weather was like shaking in New York. I was in New York then, it was like funny. So my mother said, never. My mother is this strong deaconess. She tie her wrapper as proper African woman like Okonjo Iweala. Mommy, wear trouser inside wrapper. My mother don't refuse. When the cold enter and nyash, the woman say, where the trouser? Where the trouser? So she now understand that wearing trouser is not only for fashion. I said, this jeans, it also protects you from the cold. My mother, he borrowed jeans from her hand. We can't take wrapper cover her when cold enter and nyash. So we evolved. You understand? So KJ, if you said New York that Dr. Damages, then come Arizona where the weather don't become one kind.
Go to Miami. Go to Miami and see.
And see. KJ, let me say you go turn to Northern Atlanta. You go come wear a jab.
And that's also one thing that touched me when Kene was talking about the kind of America he's looking forward to. To me, I was thinking, is this not Taliban? Is it not Afghanistan that we're going back to? Because conservatism, there's a way it goes back, and it takes you to that point where you may see yourself aligned with the conservatives in Taliban. Anyway, go ahead.
Go ahead, sir.
No, I'm done. I want to hear Janaba and you, and then I'll go.
Okay, if I may, because of all you have said, I've just gone online. I want to register to do a course now on American government system and all the rest, which is taught from somebody in New York there. Because you see, the thing is this, and I'm referring to what you just said about how trends move. Now, I want to give an example of the animal kingdom. The little baby of a cow, the calf, learns how to chew grass from watching the mother. The day the mother decides to climb tree, the calf will now begin to think that cows also climb tree. So the fault of the changes that we are seeing is within us as the people who are here now, the fathers of the children. We are not telling them, because that is how tradition is passed from one generation to the other. There are certain sayings now that the Igbos say. They say every time you say Igbo man say, who I not be me talking. The people who have lived before me, centuries away, they have been passing that through the word of mouth today, that me, I'm able to benefit from that, their proverbs. In the same vein, if it gets my turn now and my son, I refuse to tell him how these things are done. He obviously thinks he's a European. And I keep telling him every day, you are Igbo and you are Nigerian. Doesn't matter where you are. You are in America, yes. Make the money in America, know your tradition. No. So this is what we must base on. I'm not saying that I'm against this, and I'm not against anybody wearing trousers. I'm simply saying, if you want to dress to the point where we say all your undies there outside, there's no need to wear the skirt again now, because it doesn't make sense. Kuku wakada we make we know say everything there outside, okay? But again, I will not hold them, because like I said, the morality is no longer part of the values and principles that we hold on to now. You just hold on to what you want your family members to know, and based on that, they'll know it. I rest my case there, sir.
Even inside there, they can still grab it.
No, look, the Bible says, train your child the way he will go. Once he grows, it's no longer your sister. As Rudolph did now, if the children grow up and they decide to go and become Michael Jackson in Hollywood, that's their business. He has given his own. You are giving
So
your own training.
if moral count now, that what you are saying is now you are going to what I say now that moral count. But before you say Trump is not there for moral, and now you say they can wear clothes, and I said even that the president
Okay,
now say even
Rudolph,
as
please,
it's covered, they can go and grab it. That's what he said.
all I want you to know is this: if you are talking about morality and Trump vis-a-vis Trump, go and look at his children, and then you come back and let's talk about that.
Oh, they are substance.
That is what me I use as my yardstick to
Okay, let
know
me go on my own
what.
thing. No worry, me and you can nobody that can have issue with on American politics.
No, now why
You
now?
are
It's not an
getting
issue
bored
now.
now.
Now
What
me and
taking?
you,
Is it
Abba,
cheaper to cut your hair by yourself?
are you, I mean, I don't want to go there. I can't.
I know. I
No, no,
say
no.
your hair now. I say your hair is looking good. Is it good like my own now? Is that what are you going again? Are you gonna
Anya,
go?
sure, Anya,
Thank
Anya.
you. And then let me go to my point. Thank you. Anya, Anya, no, no.
Mm-hmm.
I
So,
have my own language, Joe. If you guys are trying to speak normal
okay.
for us.
I was just trying to,
But
I,
Jonaba, before you say something, KJ, there's a video I wanted to play, but I don't have it handy here. When you were talking about saying and coming from generations and passing it across, there was that video from Nollywood where the one guy came back from America and was going to marry the daughter of somebody in the village, and he said, "Ebebelu gobelu," the Kesi Beye Bena. Who the hell came up with this nonsense? So the young ones are going to challenge even the saying of the elders. They are not going to continue to repeat it. It gets to a point
I would like to watch that video.
where they have to challenge it and say that we have to adjust it. It's no longer applicable, So go ahead, Janaba.
yeah, I was just trying to say, what Paul was saying. Paul, by the way, it has been a long time. No. So, look at, I sometimes politicians use word fear to panic people, and we should not be settling for that. One of the governor of Texas championed Trump war, building the wall and all of that. He now know he's exiting. And last 2 weeks on the news, he says, "Oh, nobody is going to go to anybody's house. All the people that are illegal should not just do something stupid, not to get in trouble." Why? Because he knows that all of this rhetoric is just to camouflage and to speak to the fear of their base that their population is going down. But economically, they understand that these immigrants are holding on. Their construction on the road every day, if you come to Texas, is changing. Who is doing it? So he is not stupid. He understands. And to butter it, now he's encouraging them to stay away from trouble and everybody will be fine because he knows that this is the bedrock of America. The taxpayers, and all of that, those illegal immigrants, they are actually in disadvantage in so many ways. The only thing where they lose it is that when they go to ER and all of that, every other person pay for their thing because they will be treated according to the Constitution. But in the another word is that this we should not buy into that. American uh, stay where it is. It's left for you and I to learn how do we make the most use of anything that is available to us, and what economic that we can run to help ourselves and the future of our own children here, even when we are long gone, that they're not going to be bullied anyhow. Other than that, the politics of America remain the same. They will move and things move, just like Rudolph said. Even crime, things change. And even crime, there are certain crime that is commonly known among other race than the others. The white crime is different from black crime. African and American crime is different from. So all of those things is a seasonal thing. And we're all going to be fine. I don't think anything changed that much. We just have those who get traumatized by his rhetoric should just increase their dose for the next 4 years, fasting their bet and enjoy it. Nothing is going to change that much. But this is America, only in America.
Yeah, I was going to talk about I was going to expatiate more on that illegal immigration thing.
You will do that. You do that. Let me just take my leave. You do that.
Okay.
Yeah, KJ will continue to host. I may come back, but let me just I have not taken breakfast. Thank you, everybody who joined. Thank you, Tony. I don't know how you're doing it, but I have to go.
Doctor, how you take the do where you leper like me if not taking breakfast? If I try that, I will die. You. I like food well though.
I'm not taking no. This is what I just drank now.
That's Guinness. Is that Guinness?
No.
If I'm drinking Guinness, I'll be all right. But thank you, everybody. Most likely I will join again if you guys continue. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to continue because there's a lot to trash.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody, and I'll be back.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Rudolph, and it's been good listening to you. I was quite pleasantly surprised when I saw him the morning come up, because I know it wasn't usual, but he's here and he has held up to this time, almost 6 o'clock, for over 12 hours. That's a lot of time put in. Well, all laws according to forefather have been abrogated, so now I'm in charge. Let us hear you. Yes, you are going to make your point. Make your point, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, KG. Yeah, I was going to say that I was going to emphasize on the issue with illegal immigration. So what exactly is causing that illegal immigration in itself? That some people are very angry that, there are people that are coming from Latin America, that are coming to take our jobs. Not in this panel, but generally, a lot of Trump supporters are against illegal immigration. What is the root cause? It is still the policy implemented by the U.S. government, the foreign policy. These Latin American countries, for years, for centuries, in fact, most recently, for years, the U.S. ensured that they cause regime violence, regime change operations, instability in those countries through economic sanctions, through sponsoring cartels, through regime change operations. We know so many of these countries, and that is why those countries are very poor. Countries like Cuba, countries like Nicaragua, countries like Venezuela. Look at what's going on in Venezuela. Look at the recent
Venezuela.
Look at what's going on there. Elon Musk was even openly saying it, that they want a regime change in Venezuela. Elon Musk. A lot of them are fans of Elon Musk. They are praising him. He was saying it explicitly, that they want to kick the guy out. And that guy, the people of Venezuela love that guy. But guess what they did to Venezuela? They imposed economic blockade on Venezuela. That's one of the major reasons why Venezuela's economy is in shambles today. So now, those same people are now saying that, okay, let's come to the country that has destroyed our economy. Let's come and live a better life. And still, some people don't want them in. I don't know what kind of wickedness that is. So that's, I think, because we need to talk about those root causes. It's very important.
Okay. KJ, can I say, I've been here since morning with Dr. Rudolph.
I just want to tell Mr. Ike something. Mr. Ike, the name of the governor of Maryland is Westmore, and it's Minnesota that is Tim Wax. Yeah.
Okay, please go ahead, Tony. Tony, I've been here since morning with Rudolph.
Yeah, so I'm going to sign off very soon, but just to say that this is period, I think, is the second coming of Trump. It should be better than his first term. And I say that because he has a lot going for him. So I'm expecting that he will do better. That's not saying I support his policy, because if he fails, he will have no excuse. First of all, he has the executive. He has majority in the Senate and in the House, even though it's slim. The Supreme Court has kind of given him some support that he can do almost anything and be free. He has some measure of presidential immunity to do certain things that ordinarily people will question. And then, of course, he has a majority of the people in the Supreme Court who are Republican, who are Republicans. So,
good night, guys. Good night, everyone.
Hello. Okay. And then the men in the House and the Senate who ordinarily would stand up against him have literally left. So the people that he has in place now are basically, people who are, Republic MAGAs and Trumpian in orientation. So they probably won't give him too much tough time, like they did in his first term. And then I make bold to say that he's inheriting an economy whose fundamentals are very, very strong. Again, you also have Russia very weakened. It's almost like we have a unipolar world now where America can almost boss people all around, because Russia is so weakened that with the sanctions and with the war, is distracted and is really not in a position to wield the power that he used to wield. And then,
Tony, are you sure of that?
well, that's my opinion.
Okay.
That's my opinion. I could be wrong.
Okay, let me ask you in line with that.
Let me finish. Let me finish, and I can. And then today you have a U.S. Army or military that is not actively engaged in any war anywhere in the world. So that at least brings some limitation in terms of things that you spend on war. Then somebody talked about it. Trump has been able to galvanize social media and to use it actively to propagate his policies and so on. So, and they are still there. And then you also have the coming together of the club of millionaires, to support him. So I think these are some of the advantages that his second coming, brings. And I'm expecting that he'll be able to leverage these, what I call advantages and use them to do to carry out his policy of making America great and making America number one. All said and done, I just wish him well. I didn't vote for him. He's not my ideal kind of leader, but the Americans have spoken, and so be it. So those are just a few things I want to say.
Okay, thank you so much. Even though that assertion that the U.S. Army is not actively engaged is not totally correct, but we'll leave it.
They are not fighting war anywhere actively.
My brother, I just googled you out there, and it gives me a lot of places, So
where?
Let's leave that out. There are plenty.
Okay.
Yes, there are plenty. When Kamala Harris made that statement, and the moderator didn't call her out. The press actually took it up and said, why did she call her out? Because she knew that that's not true. And when, and one of the things they held Trump against was Trump knew that the army was actively engaged in other places. They asked, why didn't you push back about that? Anyway, that's a different case for another day. You are welcome, AY, the man of the...
Yeah, they are actively engaged. Can you tell us?
No, let's go. Just go ahead and make your listen. Later we can talk about that. Go ahead and make your contribution.
Okay, yeah. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, KJ, I can see you are very happy today. Congratulations, anyone. I've been listening, I've been working, do a lot of stuff. I listened to Paul's contribution, and I feel that was a very solid one. Mr. Okuwait too. I heard when Okuwait was pushing back at you, which actually, that's what I'll be saying, right? So, KJ, I know you've been doing everything to defend your man. I mean, there is nothing wrong with that. The only bad thing is when you now start attacking President Tinubu, then we'll begin to question where do you stand. You know, when you try to defend Donald Trump and bash Tinubu, then we will begin to question a lot of things. Yeah, I think we need to start with the truth. There is a very good point Jide made when he said why the illegal immigrants, why are they popping to America? That's a very, very good question. What is happening around the neighboring countries? Somebody mentioned Venezuela. Venezuela has the highest crude oil deposit in the world. Today,
and 10 years ago, fastest growing economy in the world.
Fastest growing economy. So you ask yourself, what happened? What's going on? So these are a lot of things. Trump is there threatening the highland they want to get, threatening even Canada. She's not even scared, you know. And I heard Trump, KJ2 defending him on that when he said he's going to collect which island? Panama. He said they're going to turn Greenland. He also said today they're going to turn New Mexico to not New Mexico. What do you call it? I don't even want to remember. To be honest, he's just full of it. That guy is full of it. Yes, there are some things Trump stands for that I kind of support. One of them was like the same-sex marriage thing. At least I support him on that. The other one is the crude oil. I kind of support him. Pop the oil. Let's make some money, you know. So I don't mind popping the oil. So I think those are really, really the basic things. Like the other thing people were saying, a lot of stuff Trump is saying. Trump, he knows how to play game with his followers. For example, when Elon Musk was against the people that are against H1B, when he tweeted that he can go to war for that, then I was shocked. Trump was supporting. No, I use a lot of HRB. We need talented people. I said, this is the man that was saying, no immigration, everything is going to be locked down. So,
and to add to it, he cut 25% of H1B when he was president. But the same him now said, I employ a lot of H1B.
Yeah, so Trump is very consistent. He lie a lot to do everything to deceive the people. He's a businessman. Trump is a businessman. He gives to the highest bidder. Forget about it. He doesn't really care. He's just like the way we also say it, right? Oh, he's gonna turn the economy overnight. Things don't really work like that. I don't know why we kind of like believe him. Things don't work like that. Things take. It's a process. You got to really plan the economy. Yeah, Biden has done quite a lot in the economy. Probably he has a master plan. That plan needs to be continued for things to get better. The issue of tariff is just threatening country around, just like the way Paul explained it. I can't explain it better. The honest truth is, if you put tariff, goods that are coming from Canada to America, it's America that will pay for it. Nobody. It's nobody will pay for it. If it is the share they bring from China, you buy for $10. By the time you put more tariff, it's gonna buy it for $50. So that's what it is. So if you really look at it economically, even the cost of production in America cannot compete with that price, even with the tariff. So it's America that are gonna suffer. So this is Trump is not. Look at his cabinet. Trump is not a poor man. He doesn't care. His children doesn't care. Even if you say sell a pure water for $100, they don't care. They have the money. So it's the masses that are gonna like suffer for a lot of stuff. He's saying. But we are here to watch him. I know people like KJ hopefully they're gonna cry very soon and be, oh Trump, this is not what you planned. But we want everywhere to be good. We want the country to be good. We want peace in the world. He just says stuff. The other stuff, like, you know, when he was campaigning, he said, if you vote me, day one, I'm going to stop the Ukraine-Russia war. Then last week, he was saying, yeah, if we can stop it in 6 months, you think Ukraine is some of your last born that you're going to tell go and sit down? You have to negotiate this stuff. There is no way you are going to tell Ukraine, go and sit down, Russia, go and sit down. You think Russia are some of your baby? You have to go into this stuff and have a discussion, dialogue. Okay, how do we resolve this? That's just the honest truth.
All right.
We just keep deceiving ourselves by a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, AY.
Okay.
You know, because I'm a moderator, I will restrain myself from answering you. But
tomorrow,
yeah, but I will
next week.
restrain myself because I don't want to get into it. So let me just.
That is good. That is good.
But I would like to let you know that the
you don't want KJ. You don't want to be forefather.
No, I don't. Yeah, but the U.S. Army is actively engaged in the Middle East, in Europe, in the Pacific, in the Asia Pacific, and in Africa. They're also running a troop somewhere in Europe called the Global Operations that monitor activities of weapon and movement of weapons all around the world.
Oh, that is what you call active, right? I mean, they are always
Hold
doing
on.
that.
See,
there was
I
no
don't want
time.
you to parley away from that. The U.S.
Okay.
Army is actively involved in operation that involves in inherent resolve. That's what that one is called. It's a joint operation that defends that defeated the ISIS and that also fighting ISIS in Syria, in Iraq, and they also have significant presence in Kuwait, in Bahrain, and the United Arab Emirates. All these are fighting forces. They are there. I can give you the numbers. So I don't want
KJ, let me
no,
just please.
So KJ.
Sorry, Paul.
Okay, go ahead.
Never a time US are not engaged in this kind of activity. There was never a time.
What are you saying now?
No,
I don't want to get involved. I just mentioned it. Let's move on, please.
Let me say this. When we say active, I was thinking you are referring to like active war. But when it comes to
those who are in
that's
Syria,
why they have warship all over
Syria war stop. Were they playing there? You see from my mouth, you want me to tell you that there are boots on ground in Ukraine? I beg, make it no bring me outside. I beg you.
Oh,
all right, let's move on. Please don't bring me outside. I have more information.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go ahead. Mr. Ike, you have No, Paul is here. Paul, go ahead, sir. Now, let me ask you a question. Which is what I'm interested in. What the policy of Trump concerning illegal immigrants? One of the things that we heard, which is the border czar said with his own mouth, and I'm not going to quote him verbatim, but he said they are actively more engaged with people who have committed crimes and who are already even in the removal notices. They have been served removal notice. They have gone through all their processes, but they're still here in the U.S. Those who have been involved in killing people, in rape and all that. These two he mentioned, people who have been involved in killing and rape. So are you going to say that a country who decides to deport people who have been involved in rape and killing of its citizens is doing something wrong?
Yeah, and KJ, certain things that Trump did in his first time, I really commend him. Like this thing that I live in the border state, 2 hours I'm in Mexico. Nearly all of us here, we don't have dentists. You understand? We'll just go to Mexico, go see our dentist, which is cheaper. And at the same time, you discover that 99% of these dentists practice in America, which is very, very cheap for us. So we use it to cut costs. But why am I saying this? So Trump introduced this thing where they deport people before you even reach house. You see the person that they deport, you see the person tomorrow in on depot. So Trump introduced another style. So let me use Lagos now, this Lagos style. Now, this is Badagry, this is Kotodu. You understand? So if Trump deport you and go drop you in Badagry there, before you reach, they come back again. So Trump will put them in aircraft, go drop there for Sokoto. Before you from Sokoto reach Abuja, you don't settle for Abuja. You don't start new life for Abuja. You forget about travel. But what Trump want to do, there are over 500,000 people, immigrants, that are in prison. Instead of
1 million.
It varies. They say 500,000.
1 million who have all received all who have been processed, and
majority
of which are people who have killed or raped people.
So these people, it is just simple for Trump to let these people go, which is cheaper for taxpayers. But KJ, how funny it is if you understand the way this system works very well, the way our country works, you will laugh and laugh and laugh. For example, my good brother John Abba will tell you more. So KJ, you live in a small city where you hear that this small city, white community, very small city, You understand that you will be so shocked that they even have a Congress person there. Where is the population to this big city? Guess what? They put a prison around them and they count everybody in prison to say that is their population, to give them one seat there. It's funny thing that they do. And remember, very many of these prisons are private prisons that are contract. These billionaires, these are the people that sponsor these politicians. So when I say this politician, I am not talking about Republican plus Democrat. You understand? They see the handwriting and you know where they put their money more. Do you think these people want to empty the prison? These guys want to make money after they spend all this money like Elon Musk spend all this money. Do you think that? So politicians will talk too much, but they will not do what they say. If Trump go ahead and probably let those ones that have commit crime go, I don't think any Americans want to complain over those things. Do you get my point? But remember, individual will also take it. That individual racist will also take it. That individual tribal, this fight between Mexicans and Puerto Rican. So just imagine that highest person who happened to be a Puerto Rican, you understand, who want to take advantage to punish the Mexicans because of their own rivalry and everything. We overdo, and it's Trump that will bear the brunt over these things. So they will overdo, and it will really, really affect. Like I said, these people do a lot of dirty job. Sometimes what we call immigrant, the definition of some of these undocumented immigrants is what we call in Nigeria casual, contract staff, where you work in the bank, somebody is taking Christmas bonus, 13th month, this, that. The other one, they call him contract staff, will not get anything. That is what you call immigrants. You know, they work all this work, they do all the hard work, they don't get anything up to their health. I remember when Gavin Newsom in California said, let us give these people some type of health insurance. People complain. But it may sound when you see it, you know, when you watch this type of TikTok video, when you pick a snippet and just code that, oh, they want to give immigrants that healthcare insurance and the likes. But KJ, the man who work in the farm, the man who do this dangerous job, the man who work in this heavy cold and heavy sun, how you don't want this man to take care of himself? You understand? And at the same time, different governments never let these people go. Remember, Democrats will use it to campaign when it favor them. You understand? When it will affect the economy, they will use it to win election. Republicans will also use it to campaign. When he also favor them too again, they'll use it to win election. You understand? But the bad part of it is that the both parts don't let these people go. If there's anybody that tried it many years ago, it was Bush. And the same Bush again opened the door and say, come back. Because they are cheap labor. They are cheap labor. Like I say it again, the definition in Nigeria is called casual staff. We enjoy them. See, very many of us will say, oh, Mexicans are very, very strong. Like as they will say, Hausa man strong well. The one will be politician not strong. And the one way don't get anything is strong. The same Mexicans, the one that was born here, the one that have paper, they are not as strong as you think. The one that don't have paper is very, very strong because they are reduced to almost next to nothing. So they don't have option. They have to survive. So it's a survival mode, just like what we are going through in our country. So it not depends. And Trump, like I said, Trump is not so foolish. He might say all those things, but if he overdo it, or people who want to take the opportunity of Trump to use it for their own personal vendetta, it will slowly end up catching up with Trump. You understand? It will affect his own government. And when it comes like this and everything, because Trump like popular opinion, popular thing, Trump want to write his name is good. Then, KJ, let me tell you one funny thing. People trek from Nicaragua to America for 3 months plus, trek. And to fly from Nicaragua to America, it's just 3 hours flight. And they go for 90 days plus to trek to this country. Then you say, oh, they are illegal immigrants, they have to go back. Then the same you now want to talk about Greenland. Oh, the people in Greenland, they receive my son, they like us there. Somebody who trek 3 months to America, I think they don't like America, and they trek. Why they made enter aircraft for 3 hours? They trek for over 90 days. It's even more than the people who trek from Egypt to Israel. If I will cut it like that. You understand? If I will put it like that. So which means those people too also like America. Why don't? So let them stay.
All right.
But it doesn't work like that.
Thank you. I will come to you, Jonaba. Jonaba, we as Nigerians, we should have a more rightful place now with Donald Trump, JD Trump, because we are his in-laws. If you remember, his last daughter is married to a Nigerian. Do you think that Nigeria as a nation will get more favorable place with Donald Trump in government, knowing that his son-in-law is with us there in Lagos?
In American English, he don't give a fuck.
Okay.
You know, one thing that we all have been saying, Trump is a business guy. Trump is a smart guy. This guy can, the smartness of Trump go down to the level that as a child from his childhood, I have everything to this age. This guy know everything that happened on the street. He know the street. He is not a guy that is naive about anything, but he play everything to his own advantage to some certain level, which sometimes in the high position, especially president of a free world, you have to ignore some of those things. But that is how smart he is. He understands it. So Africa as a continent and many African countries that are looking towards Trump have come to the office, things will change. Trump is transnational. That is how. If there's anything there for him, yes, he will go there. If there's anything in Nigeria, in a banana island where the in-law live, that he will take, he will go there. But to say he has any interest on anything, that's not how he works. But we are looking forward for 4 years, and people should just fasten their belt and let's enjoy the ride. I don't think so much will change, but in the terms of Nigeria, that will be benefiting from many things. Say Trump is in the office. Those are the people who does not understand American foreign policy. Foreign policy of America, whether it's Joe Biden or Trump, it's not going to change that much because they hold one view. And like I said earlier in the show, I hope Africans can wake up and take advantage of Trump coming. One of the advantages I would take is Trump, if it's not business wise, it's not going to be paying so much attention to petty things. So they can use that for Africans to develop themselves. And that is what Paul said earlier, that Democrats play double game too much. They play like, oh, we are sent, but they have their own underlay things that they poke nose on things that Trump will not do. And Africa can take advantage of that for themselves, not necessarily because he's going to go and do it for them. It's not going to go against them. I think they share a core value when it comes to things like uh, a sexual thing. I'm talking about gay, all those things. Africans share that with Trump a lot, and that is going to go to his credit. And African people will enjoy that. He's not. That is part of the thing I'm telling you, that he's not going to look into all those things that Democrat push around, human rights and all of that. Trump is not going to go that area. So we are looking forward to, no matter how person bad, except you are just have nothing to say about the person, there will be good sides of the person as well. So Africans should use that vacuum to develop themselves and enforce the common moral thing. And there will be a generation whereby African too will not subdue it like it happened here. I think in 1973 or 72, in the first gay man in Francisco, and that thing happened and they killed him. But now They are all over. So I think in Africa, as much as it's not their belief, which I share the same belief, but I am not against them. But I think by nature, men and women are created opposite each other, not as what they call same sex. But I understand under social justice that they are entitled to live freely based on their choice. But that is a choice of human. It's not by nature. When it's by nature, that's what is called divine. When some divine is not somehow a spiritual attached to any religion, but when something is in nature, then you say it's divine, which means there's nothing you can do about it. But we say it. Hope you can visit Nigeria. And there's a new airport they're trying to construct in around that Banana Island. I hope that you will go there. But if you say Trump should go to shithole country that you call you, I wish he's not going to go there. It's not that person like that. And and it's not only him. Barack Obama do not go. And me, not as much as I think it was a history of coming of Barack Obama, as the fact that under his watch they killed Gaddafi. I don't. I still like the side that I like about him, but under his watch, and that he allowed that to happen. And that is one thing I want to talk about this instability around the world. In Trump, under Trump watch, some of those things will never happen. Not the one that Joe Biden is shaking hand, is shaking nose, that will not happen. That will not happen. If Trump say back down, back down. Trump know how to negotiate. He knows something people don't understand. He knows his influence and he know he carried the forces of America behind him. So some of those things that Joe Biden is talking, you cross lead line. The same thing that Barack Obama did with Syria. He said, "Oh, this is this thing," and the man did it and get away. When you do that, you are showing weakness. So the person will do and undo, and that's what he did until eventually. So that assuring that we're going to have a better world with under in terms of war around the world under the watch of Trump, except it's the war that he want to do. Like I saw Elon Musk talking about it. It was so childish. Even my son will not say that oh, we'll go there and put one flag here and the other flag here. When I saw Elon Musk, I say, money misroad where my father they talk those days, it still they exist to this day. This is money misroad. How can you be so much and you reduce yourself to nothing talking like that? I think that's why, in as much I have issue with some KJ view about things. I think KJ is presidential. I think you're supposed to be the Elon Musk. Go push him out. That guy, they should paint his face like a black monkey in one forest in Africa. That guy doesn't deserve. You shouldn't come and say, "Oh, so he's talking about the Gulf of Mexico and Panama." That they're going to put two flag now, one here, one here. Well, they're looking for a cheap target. They should go.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Jonaba. I hope that thought will come back to that discussion because
Then KJ, before I go forget this Nigerian story that people always talk about, this Michael Bulloss and everything. He's not Nigeria. He was born in Houston, Texas. His parents are Lebanon. Yes, they owned big businesses in Nigeria and the likes and everything. And so you just it, he comes to Nigeria
I don't know him.
No, he's not. He's not Nigeria. He was born in Houston, Texas.
Yeah,
his parents are Lebanon. They are Lebanese. You
Well,
understand? So they own business in Nigeria, probably visit Nigeria for his parents' businesses and everything.
No,
He's schooled in US, he's schooled in he gets his masters in London and the likes. So when it's just like KJ, in as much as we parents, we want everything to say, I want to say my son is Nigeria. Oftentimes, now we with the papa, they always talk about the children. They never talk say they be Nigeria well. They know where they come from, where they live.
I know that in the wedding that was conducted, I know a certain Nigerian pastor who was invited specially to come and do the joining and all that.
No,
That will be Paul Pharisee.
actually, his father is Nigerian.
Okay, so
His
having
father
said
is
now,
Nigerian.
let's not debate. I'm coming to AY. As
AY,
a
no, no.
businessman, hold on.
No, let's put that record straight. Hold on. That
No,
guy,
that
Michael.
record is not our business now, please. AY.
Good. You know, you are a good person that knew, you are a journalist. I will support AI to put it straight and let us hear him now.
Okay,
At
but,
least
He's
but
it's a
talking
what
to
big
a
Paul
thing.
said
military
is
It's a
what
big
journalist.
Paul said
thing.
is correct. His father is a Nigerian. He may not claim to be a Nigerian. He lives in Lagos occasionally. That's what I know that is there. I know also that there were Nigerian pastor. It was a Nigerian pastor who was called to join the wedding, and he came for that purpose. And I also know that in his father's inauguration, 2 other Nigerians, gospel musician and a pastor, played an important role. But that's a different topic for another day. Okay, AY, please put the record straight so that Jonathan can be now.
Okay, you try. Okay. What I wanted to say. Okay, that business is owned by his grandfather, not even his father. His grandfather gave birth to the father, right? So the father and his uncle are Nigeria. They are Lebanese. Some of them were born in Nigeria, but those grandchildren, most of them were born outside Nigeria, like Paul said. That's what I wanted to put out there.
Okay.
But they are very he lived in Nigeria for a long time though. He's
Okay.
actually a friend to Sheikh Tinubu too.
Okay. Thank you so much. Now, AY, I'm coming to you, sir. Now, you have seen what Jonaba explained. Donald J. Trump is very transactional. He is a full-time businessman. He's always thinking about business and what is in it for America, okay, or for his business empire. If you are the president of America, of Nigeria, and you want to bring in a business to him, you want to come and see him, what business do you think you can bring that will make him be able to want to invest in Nigeria and move the economy forward?
Oh,
But hold on, I beg, AY, hold on. Let's clear this part a little bit. So the Massad Boulos, the father, was actually born in Lebanon, but is a citizen of Nigeria and a citizen of France and a citizen of the United States of America. But he was born in France and they are Lebanon. So, KJ, if we want to talk well, we all will talk same thing. If we
No,
want to talk well.
ask AY because I agree with you. He said no.
Because
he's
he
the
was born
only
in
one that can
Lebanon.
answer. But he's in Nigeria. That's what I said.
No, he's a Nigerian citizen, he's a citizen of the US, he's a citizen of France. But naturally, they are Lebanon, and he's born in Lebanon. But because of they own the Caterpillar business and the likes in Nigeria, they've been in Nigeria for a very long time. But now that is the father. But to the son is born in the US, school in US, did his master's in London. You understand? So the Nigerian thing, because of the father, I love Nigeria, come to do business in Nigeria for a long time. You understand? Manage his own father's business and everything. So they have this flair for Nigeria. The father speak Yoruba. The father knows how to speak broken. So truly, why if you want to say that Nigeria, because he's go full person that way he don't speak Yoruba, he speak broken. He speak our type of English and everything. But if the chips are done, if you and I go say my pikin na Nigeria, where you over born for here. So the one with they come born for Lebanon, now they won't go talk same in Nigeria. We'll talk through small.
Let's move on.
Okay, KJ, the question you asked me, right? Yes. If I am the president of Nigeria, I will
Do you have
seriously.
a meeting with Trump? What is the
If
business
I have
angle you are
meeting
going
with
to
Trump,
present? Knowing that, hold on, sir, you have 30 minutes with Trump, and you have come to bring business to your country. What will you present within the 30 minutes you have to discuss with him? Knowing that he's very impatient and he's a businessman, he wants to hear business ideas. If you're not able to nail him down, he's gone. What will you present?
Easy. The area I'm going to explore is going to be the area of export into America, the trade between Nigeria and America. One of it is the crude oil. I'm going to emphasize to do more business with Nigeria in terms of buying our crude. That is one area I'm going to focus on. They look at other export in form of agriculture. That's another big area. So these are businesses that run into billions of dollars. So you need to explore it. If you see what is going on in Nigeria now, they will take Nigeria yam to Ghana. They will take Nigeria gari to Ghana. They will put Ghana, made in Ghana, for the purpose of export. We can't be doing that. Nigeria is too big to be doing that. We need to have the ability to export our things from Lagos directly into America or into wherever. It's a very big market. It is a very, very, very big market. So in doing that, this will help our foreign exchange. This will help the local farmers, the local production in Nigeria. This will improve the economy of Nigeria. We earn a lot from exchange. That will improve our overall system.
Okay, thank you. Paul, you have 30 minutes with Donald Trump and you are representing Nigeria. By the way, let's give you the Tinubu cap. You are there now to present the good side of Nigeria and you want him to bring $1 billion into Nigeria to do business in Nigeria, improve your economy. What are you going to present before him?
So first of all, you already know that America bully. They use bully, they use threatening to cut deals and everything.
So what are you going to use to back yourself up?
So if I will advise any president, please don't hold meeting with somebody like Trump. Strategically do your thing. Don't hold meeting with Trump. You understand? So that you can play the politics from far. Like, oh, this person said this, but I didn't say that. But that is what you're doing. You understand? Don't hold meeting with Trump, because if you hold meeting with Trump and you don't do Trump's own part to some extent, because of the way they deal with Africa and this Central America and the likes and everything, they use this bully, this threatening thing and everything. It's going to cost you more when you hold your ground. You understand? Like, strategically, it's going to cost you more. Then let me deviate more a little bit and answer some of the things that AY said about this food that will go through Ghana, because I work in the airline and I see these things for some time too and everything. AY, we used to fail quality control when they tell us standard, the way they want us to do this thing, preservation, how we preserve. We ignore some of those things in trying to cut costs and everything. Oh, this thing won't follow this aircraft because of the hash. People don't understand that the hash in your aircraft, there are the places where you put things to warm. There are the places where you put things for dry stock to keep it cold and everything. We ignore everything. We use connection. Just let me carry and go. Just let me carry and go. Then they say fake quality control. Don't come. See, AY, I know we all travel used to bring all this our fish, all this our egusi that we carry come. When casually immigration will just answer, do you come with this and that? You say nothing. If they catch you one, nothing will happen. You will travel 10 times. Every 10 times they put you one corner, they search your bag. You understand? Because now you're on the watch list and everything. So to remove in some of those things. So it's just better for us to do these things where the Ghana enjoy AGOA, like Nigeria enjoy AGOA. But the business people there will try to cut costs. When you put Gary, we already show them the type of Gary we'll bring. Then we'll use that old format of bring Gary, put cocoa. Yeah, Gary, and everything. I say, leave them in a chopper. They don't get option. No Gary for America. You understand? So we fail quality control and how we bring it. So we don't oftentimes meet the standard where they ask us. Then we fail all this quality control. So I think it's time for us to work on our own. And then talking about crude, since 2014, during Jonathan time, that Obama started punishing Nigeria, they stopped even lifting our crude, which is not a problem. Immediately they stopped lifting our crude. South Africa is buying heavily from us. Brazil, Indian buy heavily for us. We on our own, we can't even meet our OPEC quota. So crude is not a problem. You understand? We don't have crude in excess deposit and nobody's taking our crude and everything. So, but we need to work on our seaport very well, where we can cut these. Like they produce nearly all the Nikes in Egypt. You understand? Many things that they can bring to Nigeria, they want to work with Nigeria because of our currency. But the problem that they are having, vessel that will come to the seaport that's supposed to do quick turnaround for 3 days, sometimes stay for 3 weeks. Nobody does business like that. When you track your aircraft, you track your ship. Nobody does business like that. Look at all the thing, other port. You go to the southern side, only Lagos. You can't go to Calabar Port. You can't go to Warri Port. You can't go to One. Literally, you understand? Sometimes they bring some heavy duty from One. They will stop in mid-sea and everything. Then they'll use flat barge to bring some of those things. They need to drain the seaport. So these are all the things that we'll do. So I think when we take care of our house very well, these people really want to do business with us, because the way our currency is, America have been fighting Japan, fighting China for donkey years, the way they keep their currency that way. You understand? Because that's how China benefits. That's how Japan benefits. So if our currency is dying right now, America would love to do business with us. But we ourselves, we have to work on our infrastructure. You see the EFCC blunder that they are making. We keep making mess of ourselves. If not, we have opportunity to do business with most nations because we have the market, we have the labor.
All right.
So really, in our own case, let us work in our own house very well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes. Now, Mr. Ike, I talked about our crude. Do you think America going forward will be interested in buying crude? Because one of Donald Trump's first promise to America is drill, baby, drill. In other words, if there's any oil in the ground of America, he's going to look for it. Don't you think that a time has come that we will now have to probably tinker with what we present to the world as what should attract investors to Nigeria? And also, when it discussed that, tell me why Nigeria is not using the deepest part of Nigerian waters, which is Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom seems to have the deepest part that can take any ship in this world. Why are we ignoring to use Akwa Ibom port to import and sending everything to Lagos? It takes so long.
Well, for me personally, I think the issue of the port, I think it has a lot of political undertone, because Paul was talking about the Warri Port, the One Port, the Port Harcourt Port, the Akwa Ibom, and the Calabar Port that is not being used. They're just there. We just say we have seaport in those places, but it's not being used. Why? Because it has a political undertone. Economically, they want to punish an Igbo man. Because if all those Warri Port, the Akwa Ibom Port, and the Calabar Port is working, no Igbo man is going to go to Lagos. So it's all of them has political undertone, So for you to ask why do they not want to develop the deepest part of the Akwa Ibom Sea? It is also has a political undertone. This is what it is. I do not have any other reason why everything in Nigeria should be Lagos. Yesterday, you talked about there is no international airport in the whole of the Southeast. If I want to fly to Nigeria, I have to fly to Port Harcourt, I have to fly to Abuja, I have to fly to Lagos. And when you consider the cost, you find out that it is better for you to fly to Abuja or to fly to Lagos. So everything has political undertone, because I cannot see the most industrialized and commercialized people in almost in the black world, which are the Igbo people, the Igbo men and women. But we don't have international airport. The seaport that we are supposed to use is not being used. So sometimes it's disheartening, to see the suffering a container. You can imagine what happened to seaport, the Tinkan Island and Apapa Port and the rest of them. When you go there, when you have container going to East, you can imagine how much money that these people pay from Lagos before that container reaches Anambra or Imo State. You can imagine the risk, the consequences, the troubles on the road. The same custom people who will clear that your container, the container is moving. Before you reach Ebute Meta, they block you again, collect money. Before you reach Ibadan, they block you in Ibadan, collect money. This is the way you continue to pay for that one container until it gets to where it's gonna float. And when it gets to where it's gonna float that container, that is a bigger trouble. Because the people who thought that from Lagos you have been given. So now that you reach at the point of your destination, you have to give them. So at the end of the day, when you put your price in the market, and people think your market is expensive, but look at the cost. But like Paul was saying here, we have all those seaports, the Warri, the Calabar, and the Akwa Ibom. Why are they not being used? Because if those things are functioning well, why should an Igbo man import his content and go to Lagos? If you go to Lagos, all the whole businessmen and women, they are lining up in Apapa waiting for their container. And all the whole bottleneck of troubles and problems and, with what is going on at Apapa port. Still, you still have to go down to Lagos to import your goods. And even though if your Paul is on the aviation industry, even though if you have international cargo, we don't have international airport in the southeast. So you find out that we are economically landlocked. You can't do anything. So it has a political undertone, So in as much as we continue to pray that we keep one Nigeria, but there are so many things that when you look at it as an Igbo man, that's why some of my brothers who are so emotional about East, sometimes when they come here to show the emotions, I don't really blame them, because if you're a businessman, you know what time it takes to do business. By the time your goods arrive in the port here from China, from whatever, there are a lot of stories at Apapa port, to Tinkan land port and whatever. And container will begin to line up from Lagos to East. So,
all right.
Those things has a lot of political undertone. So I don't really think that there is any genuinely, honestly reasons why those things, that deepest part of Akwa Ibom Sea is not drained. That personally, to me, that's my own personal opinion. I do not have any honest and genuine reasons why, but I think my own personal opinion that everything that is done based on the issue of the ports and what you just said has a lot of political undertone. What? To make sure that an Igbo man suffers, and to make sure that we continue to increase the economy of Lagos State. We continue to raise their money, and that's why they can have money to do whatever they want to do. So I personally don't think that it's the other way for anybody, right?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ike. I think one of the things we're going to do is we're going to keep hammering on this thing, because if you look at the seaport in Akwa Ibom State, it's the deepest part. It can take any, just like the expert here, Paul, have said, it can take any level of ship that you want to bring in. We will devote more time this year to talk about those seaports and make sure that we put pressure on the governors of the South or the Southeast to go and discuss the modality of starting off that. But Adama is here, and she's in the medical profession. And so now that Trump is here, if you have been detailed by Nigeria to go and discuss on what investment that you want to bring in the health industry in Nigeria, tell us how you're going to do that. Because just like Paul said he will not advise any Nigerian president, not the one we know now, who we don't even know where his certificate came from. But he will not advise any of those ones to go and discuss with him, because the man is very shrewd, and before they know it, they may even live there without their shokoto, because he would have collected it from them. So, but being a young Nigerian with some things upstairs, how will you approach putting a pitch for Nigeria in the presence of this man who is eager to work with everybody who can give something back to America? What will be your best pitch?
Good evening, Uncle KJ. Good evening, Mr. Paul. AY, good evening. Uncle Ike and Dale, sir.
God bless you.
Uncle KJ, please, which man, so I'm clear on who I'm giving the statement, are you speaking about our president-elect, or are you speaking about Nigerian president?
He's no longer president-elect. He has been sworn in. He's now president.
Okay. Oh, our president. Okay, yes. Okay, these are our current presidents.
And then a Nigerian president have detailed you to pitch on behalf of Nigeria what way that they can be able to draw out something tangible for Nigeria. What will be your pitch?
First of all, I just want to say congratulations to our presidents. We've made history, 34 felony counts. I think I'd rather sit with Tulumbu. Tulumbu is like an angel now. America has nothing on us, so let's be clear on that.
KJ is going to fight you.
So, Uncle KJ, I'm surprised you're on this thing because Washington, given the cold weather, I'm surprised to see you on the live. You didn't get the ticket. I was hoping to see you, and I've been there all day. Oh, I didn't see.
Peter, listen,
That's one
I
of the
know where you're
pastor.
going. Where you're going, no road there. You understand what I'm saying? People have been out there since 1 a.m. yesterday night. They slept outside to get in. I know that the media will not cover that. But however, I'm not one of those. I'm not a Trump fan. Like I said here, I've made it so clear, but people
You're
like
not going to Trump.
no,
fan?
I've never been. I like I said earlier here with Dr. Rudolph, and I'm not ashamed to say that if I'm a Trump, this I will support. If you want to know who really
You
my
need to stand
candidate
in
was,
one place,
my
Mr.
candidate
KJ.
in that last election
Yeah.
was Tosi Gabbard. That was the person I supported. I think he has a lot. Okay. But
KJ.
I won't say that. Hold on, sir. You see, I'm a moderator here. I don't want to get into the conversation.
Okay.
Then I can face people squarely.
No way, please
Because
stop
when I'm talking
interrupting
too
my
much,
uncle. Let him land.
I feel I'm
Please.
hugging the mic. I don't want to hug them.
Okay.
So
Continue.
let me leave Adama to answer the question I asked her.
No, but finish your summation. You said I just want to be clear. You no longer support our incoming president, our president,
Listen,
not incoming.
My position has always been very clear. I read the news. I analyze the news. I analyze. Okay, let me give you an example. You just called him a 34 felon guy. You forget that there's an appeal on that, which is still substantial, which is still standing. That not been finished. So you're even addressing him by that. Is what we know or what we have read that the Democrats wanted to achieve. So whenever they make the statement, they say a 34 felony guy. Okay, but have you ever bothered yourself to read between the lines on how those charges came and how they even became 34? Have you ever bothered yourself to check about that? I don't jump into these things because I follow the news. But when I come here, I do not want to come and begin to stare people and explain as if I'm Trump's brother. No, what you believe is what you want to believe. It's okay by me.
KJ, let me say this.
Okay, that's it.
KJ, let me say this. I would really love for you to stay in one place so that when things are going bad, we can face you. Because now you are kind of exonerating yourself from supporting Trump.
Listen.
We need to know where you stand.
Everybody loves a winning team. Let me tell you something. Everybody loves a winning team. So if I was a Republican by any means, I would have told you that. But I am not.
You are not a Republican. You are a Trumper.
Neither am I a Democrat. In fact, I'm more. I am not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm just a citizen.
But you are a MAGA.
I am not MAGA anybody. I am only MAGA for Christ. So if there's anything like MAGA for Christ, that's where I stand. And the policies that any politician who's close to where my heart is, which is to uphold the principles and the values that I hold here, which the values of a Christian, I stand with you. I cannot stand against you. So if you come now and tell me that you want to turn women into men, I thought doctor biology told us that there's XY and XX chromosome. Have it changed? Has the sciences changed from XY and XX? If it has not changed, then men will still be men and women will still be women. And that's where I stand.
Okay, Uncle KJ, you just brought out a subject now that I think you've woken up the medical destiny in me. And I need to say this.
Somewhere else. I asked you a simple question.
Yes, you asked me a simple question, but I wanted to address this. No, I know. I didn't say you went to medical school, but this is what I want to say. A New York judge gave his opinion, and the 34 is not just making it up. He said why he couldn't charge him because he respects the office of the president. Even gave the copy to the highest court of the land, and the man approved everything he said. Now, all I'm trying to say is Nigerian presidents who we question his educational background and a criminal, who is more reliable? So if you want me to sit on a seat and pitch Nigeria, my thing is, why will I sit down with Trump? One, is he going to be honest? Two, is he trustworthy? Trump does not get involved in something that doesn't benefit him. That has been made clear. Anything Trump touches, he stains you. So,
Okay. All right.
and at the same
Sweetheart,
time,
you're
why
not
should I?
answering my
No, no,
question. I
Uncle
said,
KJ, I'm answering your question.
no, you're not, because Trump right now is the president of America.
And
Nigeria
I
has detailed
acknowledge that, but
you
I just want us
to
to put
pitch.
that count in it. The 34 counts, criminal charges. What it is in his record. You know, he can't vote in Florida as of today. Let's be honest, Florida does not take a felon. If you're a felon in Florida, you can't vote. So our president happened to be one. And Tulumbu, who is, we're saying, forged his certificates. I would take Tulumbu anytime. And matter
Okay.
of fact, I'm proud to be an APC member. So let the whole internet know it. Yes.
All right.
Yes. Peter B.
Let's move on. Thank you. I don't want
Okay, so
to,
why are you not letting me talk now? I'm not saying what
because
you
you
want
are
to hear. I
taking us
don't like
away.
this. So.
You are taking us away, and that's what you are trying to do. Is what Kulata did yesterday. He came
You
and was
see?
telling us a story
No
about
problem, sir. I respect you, sir. I wait to when my
Nasarawa
turn
State, which
comes
was not true.
next.
You know, so
maybe Kolata put her in APC. Who knows?
okay. So now listen. The truth is that we are not here to discuss. Maybe another day we can discuss the issues of the 34 felony counts. But today, that's not what we're dealing with. So let's limit our scope to the inauguration and what Trump has presented. If anybody representing Nigeria economy is almost in shambles. If you have to make a pitch for Nigeria, that's what I'm asking. What are you going to pitch? It's as simple as that. Okay? But
I will pitch. Can I say something to answer that question? I will pitch for every illegal immigrant that do not have their destined to be deported.
That's what, if Nigeria send you to come and pitch for Nigeria.
That's what I'll pitch for them.
Why? That's strange.
Because we do not like someone who is put together. We like someone that is rough on the edges. And Nigerians are part of who elected him. So to support what Trump is moving for, he said he wants to clean immigration, deportation. Nigeria should be included in that list.
Have you ever listened to the border czar chief?
No, Uncle KJ, I don't care what the border say. I'm telling you, say pitch for Nigeria, right?
I'm asking you because of what you say, I'm following up with a question. The question now is, since you are going to pitch that all people who are Nigerians who are illegally here should be deported, I ask the question: the man who is going to do it, have you ever listened to any of his interviews on this same issue?
Uncle KJ, and my response to that is, I'm not interested in what he's saying. You asked me, what will I pitch? I want to help the president accomplish his goal.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So
thank you.
Let's move on. Uzo is here. Uzo, you're welcome. Adam has said that if he's given the opportunity to appointed by Tinubu to come and pitch for business in Nigeria, he would rather want Trump to use the money to deport Nigerians who are here illegally. What do you see that idea as something that will be pleasing to people to listen to?
Which illegally? I have my neighbor here is a Cameroonian. She tells me that the other day was talking to my wife. She said that it's hard to see Nigeria that don't have paper in this country. It's very hard. All right. In every 10 Nigerians, I tell you that 8 come with their food documents. They enter the flight. Manos, those that are crossing border right now. In every 10 Nigerians, 8 of them enter United Airlines or Lufthansa to come here. So yeah, they are all documented, whether I like it or not. Their paper may expire, but their names, their fingerprints are all documented. So that is number one. Secondly, I don't know why we are just here tearing our coat all over the place. We are Nigeria, for crying out loud. Yes, we are opportunity to be here to get some certain things that benefit. The people that own this country don't even care. If some of them are working place, they don't even know that today they are not great. They vote for Trump. They don't even know today is inauguration. I told them, you know, attending inauguration today. They say for Trump. They say, some of them don't even know what you're talking about. They are the one that's like Trump go there, Trump go there. But today, they don't even know that the guy is doing inauguration. They are all at work, making their money. Secondly, one was like, now it's one man, one woman. I said, but he vote for Trump now. He said, but he's a minister. Minister that always he marries he marries men and men. He said, now you should be one man, one woman. I said, that means I don't have a business. So the problem is that I see that let's talk about ourselves, not how you're going to benefit us and our kids. Not people we are talking about. I don't even care. Trump doesn't care if you're Nigerians, if you're anywhere you come from. As Adama said, Trump only knows what benefits him. You know, he doesn't nothing again. He won't benefit him what he knows. Any that benefits him, that what you know, he doesn't care whether a Democrat or Republican. He doesn't care. So that's my point is, let's just stop all this Trump would drop no do. As I told the guy in my office today, just like Obi said, Democratic rule, Democrat rule, both or Republican rules. All right. Tell me if you're going to buy gas cheap, then I will also join to buy gas cheap. Everybody is going to, if the Trump is good, everybody benefit. If it's everybody benefit. So there's nothing bad there. Everybody benefit. And so the protection is that I'll tell you the truth. Most of people claiming for protection are also people that immigrant that came here without paper. People that are hearing this, most of them are all Mexicans. Most of them are from all these North American. That's people like, I went to the Caribbean joint the other day. Most of them are like, you can't enter this country with that. I said, but you're an immigrant. You stop not to enter. All right. You came here without a paper. You finally got a paper now, but you are trying to stop. People heading this thing, most of them are also immigrants. Not the original white people or this. Most of them that are heading this thing are immigrants also. So who deceiving who? We're not. People are just deceiving themselves for nothing. For me, my kids and my family is what matters. All right. You know, if I put food on the table every day, that's what matters. Everybody, every day you go out. If the price of gas goes up, we buy. If it comes down, we still buy. You know, it doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat. If the price of gas goes up, everybody go to buy the same amount. It comes everybody. So let's not to see our cloth and start comparing Tinubu and Trump or Apple and Orange. What want to compare? Both of them they have their own advantage or disadvantage. So where Tinubu is bad, Trump might be good. Where Trump is good, Trump might be bad. So you can't just stay and start comparing both presidents in different ways. Trump will know where he's good. So let's stop comparing.
I like your submission. Please, I want to ask you guys here, who is Boom Boom Ray and this Quinty A? And now man of prestige. Man of prestige, I don't have any problem with Adama. You don't know where me and Adama have come from. Please. I don't know what that English you're speaking there. Just enter my destiny. Boom Boom Ray. I don't have anything. I'm not fighting for Trump and Quinty A. I'm not here to pander to anybody's. I don't know why you get these things that you write on these things. Anyway, to move forward. So let's move forward. Let's make an advancement. Yes, from Trump's appointment, I noticed something, Paul. I've not been able to identify a core black-skinned individual in his appointment, and that worries me. Is that a reason for that? Yeah, Trump. Paul.
Yeah, it's kind of funny when we see all those things, and it's the beauty of it's still good for democracy, for the black people who come out immensely to also vote for Trump, to send a message across. They know Trump is racist. They know Trump will do what he's doing and everything. But if these people has been there for almost 50 years and Democrats keep promising them, even when they take over the whole house and everything, and they won't do anything, they know. And Trump just helped them do something right and everything. If they go back to Democrat again, that will also be good for the economy, for Democrats to try to do the things that they want to do, because Democrats fail black people tremendously. I don't know how you can explain it when you can bring all the brown people to black city like Chicago. You understand? Like New York City. You understand? You keep purging. You bring these people to Newark when you know that brown people, a lot live in Elizabeth. You then take them to brown place where these people don't know how to speak English. You put them in black cities and everything. That's why Trump used the phrase that they want to take your job, which is true, the ordinary man jobs and everything. But I know people will just hate it that you mean that, oh, black people do dirty job. All of us do dirty jobs. Estella said the truth. So Trump is doing who Trump is. We know Trump for the way he is, even though Vivek too. Vivek now, we're hearing all rumor that Vivek is contesting, is going for governorship because they're sidelining. All you hear is Elon Musk, Elon Musk. Two of them supposed to manage Dodge. But Trump is just talking to only Elon. He's not talking anything about Vivek. So they push Vivek one corner to the extent where Vivek just understand that, let me go do governorship. I'm already popular enough for me to go for governorship and see whether they will rally around me and everything. So Trump is Trump. So when Trump talk about Trump America first, the real definition of America first is white first. Let's tell her, say the truth. Is white first, not America first. When Trump call America, it's not talking about this other conductor will join America. It's talking about white. You understand?
Okay.
I'm telling you, that's how Trump see it.
I will come to AY. I like what he said. He said when you're talking about America first, he's actually referring to white first. And if you look at what is going down so far, I don't want to frame it in such a way to make it look as if I'm pandering to one side. What I'm saying, it wouldn't it have been good for us to see some level of involvement, or are they going to be appointed as he takes over now? He's going to bring in those people like special envoys to countries and all that. Is it that he's waiting for a different appointment, or is an oversight that he didn't notice that there is a Tim Scott who is a very popular senator? There is Dr. Carlson who is also very popular. What could have affected the ratio of appointments in the direction we saw it today? Or is he reserving them so that when somebody doesn't pass through the house, he will use those people as now the substitute? Is it that they are waiting for? I want to understand the list, because for me that was one of the things I noticed first. I saw the list, great people, but I thought there were also great people among the other colors of people.
The question is kind of be funny. Well, the truth is, I think you are somebody like you, for example, you are in denial of who Trump is, right? What he stands for.
How
that's
now?
exactly. Hold on.
Now you now point this thing out for me.
No, I
mean, this guy. Did I just discover now?
See.
Come on, guys.
That is exactly what Paul is telling you. That's exactly what Paul is saying, right? When you hear America first, it is white first. Actually, that's the plain truth, right? I remember we were discussing before the election how the white supremacists resurfaced, how they were being abandoned by Trump presidency. After Trump left office, you see like everything kind of calm, the racism is a bit reduced, But now, trust me, from next week, you got to see what's going to happen on the street. You got to see what's going to happen in workplaces. This is just the reality, right? So they kind of have the boss that is going to empower them. That's what is going to happen. So if any black person is expecting anything, or any color person is expecting anything, good luck. Even the guy that was that he nominated with what's it called, with Elon Musk to manage the Department of Government Kinikini. They just kick him out. He's out already. So that is the game that is gonna go on. I don't know if you are aware. He's out already of that place. The honest truth is that is what is gonna go on for the next 4 years. We're just gonna deal with it. The only thing is gonna blackmail people. I tell you, oh, I gave more job to black community. I gave more job to India community, and they are there threatening everybody already. It is sad, yes, it's their country, but that is what we're gonna face. It's just like I heard one man that was really making a lot of sense today. I didn't really look at his name. It seems he lives in Europe. So Trump, Dr. Rudolph asked him about Islam in Europe and what is happening in Europe. When he said he live in Uganda now, that he thinks it is going to get to that point where people are going to move out from all those places. Actually, that is where we're going to head to. That is why the importance, we have problem as people, the importance of building our country, of pressuring the people in power to build our country cannot be overemphasized, because that is the only place I know that is my home. That is where I call home. And my whole any other passport, to be honest, my home is my home. When the chips are down, that is where all of us are going to move to. Nobody is going to tell you, leave this country. Nobody is going to tell you, leave Nigeria.
Thank you so much. Yes, Mr. Ike, I don't know if you heard my question, or should I repeat it again? Or should I move to Dr. Adama? Which one do you prefer?
No, repeat your question because I step away. Remember, I'm still making money for my family. I'm still in the office.
Dr. Ike is always working.
Now, let me put it this way. Paul said something that I like. He said, all of us do one job or the other that we didn't really like. I did, when I first came in, I did a job, the DoorDash thing. I did it like for 3 months or less than that. I can't remember now. But one of the things I noticed is that, that's the only first time I noticed a form of racism once. And there were children. Okay, I had gone to the house and, I guess the children were playing, but you see, they see me and they remember the monkey they just saw on their television. So they were making some monkey sound, and, I wasn't annoyed because, you see, I just like Uzo said, plane bring me come here. I know pass through Mexico. I was able to afford the money for everything I paid. Now plane bring me come. So I don't have that mentality to get annoyed that you are trying to. No, because I see you as, I don't have that mentality. So I laughed. But when I left that place, I called the daughter. I said, I just want to make a report so that it be on the report. Because I know that probably later on, they probably will say, oh, one black guy did this and did that. So I made a report and they said, okay, they just put it on hold. Why am I saying that to you? I'm trying to say something. I haven't looked at the nominees so far who are going through screening now. We're not able to identify, or me, I've not been able to identify a core Black American in it. Is it that he's waiting to appoint them in the second time when maybe if this don't go through, there'll be a second 11? Or is it that he's waiting to put them in strategic positions where other people are yet to be filled? I know that for a president, you have over 300,000 jobs to give. So is it possible that he's waiting to put them in those other places? Or what is the reason why choosing all these people?
Well, the reason is not far-fetched, my brother, KJ. It's all about America first, So it's the Black Americans, the Black community in America, the Black Americans, right? Trump is a racist. I mean, do we need to debate that? It doesn't need any debate. So his own is that he doesn't hide it.
But right? When you say that, I want to remind you that during the days of the fighting days of Tyson, Trump was one of the only persons who used to sit by his ringside all the time. That's one. Two, I want to also remind you that when Nelson Mandela left the prison, I was supposed to come into America for an important occasion. They asked for the government to send a plane, which they rejected. It was Trump that sent this Trump 1 to go and carry him, to bring him here with all his entourage and kept them and took them back.
KJ.
Wait, hold on, sir. Hold on. Just keep your thought. I'm talking with this person.
Let me answer him Let me answer him first. I want to borrow from what my sister Adama told you before. Trump does not do anything that has nothing to benefit from it.
Okay.
Everything he touches. Everything he touches.
During Trump's first time, he never collected salary, and even this time, he's not going to collect salary.
Listen.
KJ, I know you are Trump man.
I'm talking to Mr. Ike. I'll talk to you.
I know you're a Trump man. You're a Trump
But
man.
Uncle Keji, I thought you said you don't support Trump, that you're a
Wait,
neutral man. So why are you romancing the
wait.
truth now?
Let me ask KJ and Mr. Ike. KJ, I know you're a Trump man, all right? And Mr. Ike, I have to ask you this thing, all right? Saying racist or not racist, people can be racist, quite all right. But if you are Trump, after what he went through for his first tenure, even his vice, everybody went against him. If you are him, are you going to bring people into your cabinet that will betray tomorrow? So are you going to be careful?
Okay.
If I'm Trump, man, I'll only get people that got my back. If you let it be white, that's my business.
Let me answer you that question. I don't think that the whole Black American, the whole community of Black Americans, betrayed Trump. So your basis of argument has no basis, right? Because America is a nation of immigrants. Everybody, including himself, because he's from Northern Ireland. He's from Ireland or Northern Ireland, one of those islands in Britain. So it's a country of immigrants.
First Germany. His grandfather is German.
Grandfather is German, right?
His the mother, Ireland.
Exactly. So that argument does not hold any basis, because if you say that because we are talking about governance now. If you say that the Black community, the Black Americans, they used to vote for Democrats.
I do online. What's happening?
Uncle KJ,
can
you mute?
KJ, mute yourself. KJ, mute yourself.
Can you mute?
KJ, mute yourself.
Yes.
I can't do it. Yes.
Adama, remove KJ.
I came in as a guest. I didn't come in as a moderator. Uncle KJ. Hi.
Yes.
Leave him. That's so Trump go make mistake. We go take everything.
Yeah.
Uncle KJ.
Yes.
He's not even looking. Uncle KJ. Uncle KJ. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Take your time, man.
KJ.
Take my time. What are you doing? Why are you dismissing me?
I don't do anything. I
don't believe him alone.
Mute yourself.
Mute.
Why they making that your push may not enter the security?
You just say don't be side chick with that.
No, thy wife. You don't see woman. I don't call her say. You don't call her say tire. You know woman, African woman. Don't call her say tire.
I'm sorry. I thought I stopped it. I didn't know that I
KJ na man of God. KJ no get side chick na man of God.
No. This is my wife calling.
Okay, that's good.
And she wanted to know why he kept it. They're not around. They went somewhere with my son.
KJ, you don't need to say it twice. I don't see my sister accent. I don't know say that my sister.
Okay.
Now my Delta sister.
Correct. Nigeria now. What are you?
Hey, why leave that one? No, KJ don't do that side.
No. I know they have my brother.
Are you saying KJ is not like Uzo?
No, I'm not. I'm one street man. One street.
KJ, in order to continue to answer your question, KJ, the former first 4 years of Trump, how many Black people were in his administration? And what are you expecting this time that you're going to get somebody from the Black community to be in his administration? Or is he the Latino that he said that have come to take their jobs? The people they call all sorts kinds of names. Are they the people that you're expecting to be in his administration? This is American force, right? This is the white nationalist that is unfolding in your country called America. So I am not expecting any surprises or shocking if he doesn't appoint any Black man in a sensitive place. It's not going to shock me, because the man himself forgot what we just said. The wife is from Russia, right? The Melania is from Russia or Ukraine. I don't know where she comes from. So he is surrendered by the immigrants, but his own racism, he doesn't hide it. He displayed it when Obama was president, and he displayed it on this last election on Kamala Harris. There was no name he never called the woman, right, during the campaign. So he doesn't have Anybody that is expecting anything surprising about appointment of blacks or Latinos in this administration, or looking forward for American Chinese, American South Koreans, or American whatever. It is only when American force is done, because he has the MAGA people that gave him the power. He must do what they ask him to do, otherwise they come after him. So, Elon Musk, I don't know who is even your president, if it is Elon Musk or Trump is your president, because I don't really know who is ruling America. Elon Musk is in charge, or I don't know. So you have to decide who is your president, because I don't know.
Thank you, sir. Adama, you have heard now. So I don't know which way you want to come from now, because you still want me to ask you the question.
No, I heard your question. Your question was clear.
Okay.
To answer that question, I would like us to, if you didn't watch his speech, yes, I was at work when it was going on and I was in the OR. I heard everything. The speech he gave, his first speech, today is Martin Luther King Day. Nothing about Martin Luther King was highlighted or said in that speech. For every Black person sitting here as a panel. So why would you expect him to have any Black person in his cabinet? We're expecting too much. And at the same time, America is where it is today because that's where they want to be. So let us fasten our seatbelts. Racism is going to be high. The speech is not a united speech. I felt like it was a promotional, a pitch for his people. We're here now. We're the one in charge. That's what there were some highlights where he made some sense, but overall the speech is for his base. If you cannot recognize that today is Martin Luther King Day, everywhere in United States of America, they honor today. Nothing about it was said. But at the same time, Black people are part of the people who voted him in. Immigrants, including Nigerians. So what else do you expect? I would say, let him do whatever he wants. It's not going to change anything about my lifestyle. Nothing, none of us here. But one thing we need to be aware of is nothing Trump does now should shock any one of us. He told us who he is the first 4 years. The next 4 years, I wish him the best. I hope he puts the country first. But knowing who he is always about his ego. So that there's no Black person in his cabinet, I'm not surprised. So what do you expect? It's a cabinet of billionaires. If you've not seen that map, MSNBC has it. It's a map lined up of billionaires. It's all about what they are going to earn with the American people. I don't see any of those billionaires. No Africans are in those lists or any foreigner. So let's be realistic with our expectations. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. And you see, I usually don't like to join issues while you are speaking. I've heard this before. Somebody said it, I follow this program in the morning. I follow Donald Trump. If you go to Donald Trump's speech, and I'll quote it, and if you are not satisfied, I will play it because I have it queued on this channel now. It's 0.54 seconds of his speech. He talked about, first he said to the Blacks and Hispanics, I hear you, I notice you, you helped me win this election, and we're not going to forget it. He went on to say, and today is Martin Luther's Day in his honor. He went on to say other things. It's there. You see, don't allow the media to give you their talking point. This is what I said earlier on here. I said, go beyond listening to what the media is saying. You go look for the speech yourself and look at it. The same way that, see, there are many, like I said, I'm moderating. I don't want to get into the argument, so I don't monopolize everything that's going on. But if you want, Sha, I can play that audio for you to see.
Uncle KJ, to push back at what you just said.
Yes, ma'am.
What does that have to do with not having a Black person in his cabinet?
No, but you said he didn't mention Martin Luther at all. He mentioned it. He talked about him.
Okay, good. He mentioned it. So back to your question. I acknowledge that, and I'll take that correction. Now, as a I don't want you to be a moderator. As a panelist, why will you say the president doesn't have a black person in his cabinet?
I didn't say that. Now I said in my observation. In my observation.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
In my observation, I noticed this, and I'm asking the panelists: did you notice this? And if you notice, do you have any reason for this kind of selection, or is it that he's still picking people? He has not completed it. And I said there are over 300,000 positions to appoint. So maybe it's still coming. We don't know. And I'm asking your opinion.
Okay, Uncle KJ. I just
but
want to know
KJ,
your own
just to understand, his cabinet, like Nigeria will say minister, America say secretary of state. There's only 17.
Yes, no,
you understand? So
17.
You
don't see
thank
person
you.
like this where you put there.
There is not one.
See,
not one. If there's even though to the brown side a little bit, you pick Marco Rubio, you understand, which is also an historic thing and every other thing, but not really for black and every other thing. But you never can tell.
There's no black person.
No black in his cabinet.
Okay, all right. Let's move on. Uzo, yes, go ahead.
Oh, as I said, let's stop pursuing cockroach. We are supposed to be killing mosquito. If you are Donald Trump, how are you going to pick your own cabinet? Do you want to please people and displease yourself? Don't like Tinubu when you want to your cabinet. You only pick people that can, like, it doesn't matter where they come from. People that can work for him, not people that can work for the nation. As you guys are saying, Trump is Trump for himself. It's not for anybody, white, brown, black. It's for nobody. That guy is a very high class business guy. Everything's about business for him. All right. So we here, debating about Trump, we pick or he doesn't pick. For me, I see it as telling Tinubu to pick or who doesn't pick. The same person that will tell you that Tinubu will pick anybody he loves in his cabinet, the same person will still come here and tell you that why did Trump not pick a black guy to his cabinet? Just two sides of coin that everybody is. So my own point is that if I'm Trump will be the human being I am, what he went through, all right, even people to his own family, that he comes second one, the guy will watch him back. Very, very clear, not to watch him back as a businessman. The guy is using a business idea to rule the nation, not political idea. He knows it. He doesn't care for who you are. He's using business idea to rule the nation. Don't like Tinubu. Okay. See for that. He give you something, you deliver. If you don't deliver, you go for it. We all know Trump how it is. You know how he ruled for the first 4 years. You know how he played the whole game of almost being caught. This time around, the guy you want to be like, not that he don't have anybody from black community that is capable, but the guy doesn't even trust himself anymore. That's the issue of trust. That's what is coming there. If I'm him, man, if I'm Trump, I'll pick people that are going to say, "Hey, run," they will run. Hey, you see that they will sit down. It doesn't matter if the national interest is there or not. Don't like Tinubu is also doing. So my own point is, let's just leave this whether he pick black or no black. We don't know before he become a president already. We all know who he is already. Not that it's a first thing that everybody know who Trump is. He don't even send anybody. He doesn't send anybody. He's only friend to billionaire. See, Trump come to my city. He only go to billion dollar houses. He doesn't enter the main city. He stopped the white folks where they have billions. He talked to them. He doesn't come to the ground where poor man is. He doesn't. So he's a $1 billion guy. So he moved the $1 billion vans. He doesn't move the poor people. So he's a high-type businessman. Let him rule America like a business empire. He's not going to rule like a politician. And everyone knows that Trump is not a politician. He's not a regular politician that everybody knows, like Joe Biden. Those are regular politicians that can tell you A and they will do B. And he's not a regular politician, he's a business guy. So my point is that let us stop comparing, expecting anything from Trump that what he did last time. He's going to even be like, he's going to like propel it to what he did last time. It doesn't matter who you are, both the Hispanic, everybody, we are talking about races. The blacks here have races. Where my wife works, people that are almost, hey, you Nigeria, you think I come here and take our job. He said, black people also say that. You can come here, you go to any hospital here. see Nigerians here, Nigerians here. You want to take a job. You work 40 hours. You work 80 hours. What do you call that? It's all over the place. KJ, you as you said, when you are doing, see, everybody do every work here. The whites do dash. The whites clean house. They do every job that the black guy doing here. But it depends how you prepare. There's no job that is made for me, no job that is made for the black, white. It depends your capability and your technical ability. You get what you want. All right. Just do the right thing and leave the rest. Yeah, this country is not for us. And I tell you, this year, most of us will come here, we say, hey, go. Pack your load, go back to Nigeria now. They won't. They will still stay here like, this is not enough for me. Go. Pack your, all of them will go here. It is something. They're still here, claiming that this country is not for us. That's my problem I used to have. People will be claiming Nigeria is my country, nobody will be like, oh, pack your load now. They won't pack your load, we'll still be here, condemning the country they live in. Me, I don't condemn the country I live in. This is where I have my kids. I can't condemn them, but I won't see good and say bad is bad, or I'll see bad, I'll say it's good. The only thing is this. Let all of us be careful. What you want to do good, you do good. If I went to pump my gas, it become high. I say, is that you? It become low. It's low. As I said, it's not easy again living here in America. It's not easy living here in America. Most stores, like most stores are closing down. All of us observe. So the drink I still have in my house, the red wine, everything. I bought the red wine like $2. I full everywhere. Like stop closing. Something they sell like $10, but still there for $2. I went there. I bought everything I need to buy. So that is what is going on. So we just need to like start blaming Trump. He doesn't blame a black person there or a white person. That guy for himself, and you don't even for KJ, not for KNSF. You don't even know what it is. He doesn't care. If you, my brother, people, all the other people that voted. See, Nigeria voted for Kamala Harris because of. Let me tell you, all my friends that voted against Kamala Harris voted for Trump. They vote for their own personal reason. Women power. They don't want a woman to be in power. If you make Trump become animal, they don't care. Let woman not to be in power as the president. That's their problem. So everybody have a reason why they voted for everybody voted for. So most people I know, they voted because they don't want the woman to rule them, because they feel that women are doing much, especially those women empowerment here in America, like Nigerians. They are being affected a lot. So all of them use their annoyance. They don't want to hear the name Kamala Harris. They will vote him out. They don't support Trump, but they make sure that this person won't see him there. So let's all be careful, the Americans don't even, the way we are here shouting and shouting, people that are even here, all of them are sleeping now, chopping, killing them. They don't even care who become president. What they care is that when they go to gas station, they pump their gas. Hey, $1.50, they will pump. If it's $4, they will complain. If you want, that's what they care. They don't care for all this. We are here talking about who did he appoint as a cabinet or not. As I said, most of them don't know today is inauguration.
KJ, can I answer also for 2 minutes if you can?
Thank you so much.
Give me 1 minute, KJ, if you can allow me to speak.
Hold on. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate your contribution, and I personally am looking forward to the $1.50 of gas, because so
KJ, can you give me 1 minute? Let me speak to Uzo.
I'm coming to you, but let me take this Mr. Ike 1 minute. Yes, Mr. Ike, go ahead.
Uzo, listen, when people, nobody's talking down on the country where they live. We are talking about facts and realities. And it has nothing to do that they are talking down on America or any country. There is racism everywhere around the world. It's not just in America. We recognize that. Nobody's saying it is only in America. Nobody's saying it is only Trump. But we are talking about the mirror in which the whole nation of the world looks to. Because Trump is a mirror for everybody around the world. So it's not because he is Trump, no. but because it's a mirror that the world are going to look through. That's why we talk about the issue of racism. If KJ give me a second, listen, I live in an island, right? But it's an island that is controlled by the Dutch Royal Kingdom, right? And I think that where I am today, where I am working today, the first day, I said it in many 2 years or 3 years ago in this platform. The man who I gave my application, the first thing he asked me was, after he read my application, he asked me, do I have a Dutch passport? I said, no, I don't have a Dutch passport. So he told me, sorry, I cannot get a job. I said, okay, thank you very much. But I opened the door of his office. And as I hold the handle of the door, the Spirit of God asked me to go back and ask the man a question. And I closed the door back. And I went back. I said, sir, can you give me the opportunity to ask you just one question? He said, yes, you can. I asked him, if I have had a Dutch passport, does it make me a Dutchman? The man looked at me. He stared at me for more than 2 minutes. He couldn't say nothing. So as I went to open the door and go, he said, no, young man, can you come back? I said, yeah, if I have presented you with a Dutch passport, does that make me a Dutchman? So he asked me to sit down. I sat down. And he asked me, you know, I mean, what gave me what gave me the power to ask the question? I told him I don't need no power to ask the question because what I am asking you is a fact. And because you refuse to answer the question because you know actually that is the truth. So that's why you were surprised and shocked that I was able to ask that question because he felt as a black man or black people, nobody could have asked you such a question. So I stood up again. He said, please, can you sit down? I sat down and he looked at my application and he said, listen, people like you, I need them in this company. Men with boldness, men that can speak straight without looking at whatever color you have. And that is where I am still working up to today. I'm in the office today. And that man who was my boss then became the best friend I ever had. He has moved back to Holland, but the family relationship still exists tomorrow. So what am I trying to say is that there is racism everywhere, but it all depends the way you approach and accept it. I said something yesterday, and it goes back to what we're talking about right now. I said yesterday that many of us are where we are, but we don't know why we are there. We don't know the reason why God has sent you to be there. You don't know the reason why you are there. But the mindset of people who live outside the world is all about to make money and go back home wherever you come from. But actually, it might not be the reason why God gave you the privilege and opportunity to be where you are. You get to find out why you are where you are. It doesn't matter how many billion you are making every month. But are you living your fulfilled life? Is it your mission? Is it your call? Is it your destiny to do what you are doing right now? I rest my case.
Okay, thank you so much. And I appreciate that story. Because there's always something to learn when you hear such things. Yes, Igbo basics. Can you give us your wisdom?
So because I call Elizabeth, Igbo basics just show up.
No.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
My brothers and sister. They say that they say that Okemong nọkịrị afia ụmụazị were ya kụrịa bọọlụ. So it's like ngwere nọkịrị n'ubi ya ghọọ nchara. When a lizard there for bush too long, if you look at them, you don't rush finish. But like I said yesterday, all soldiers know they die. Sometimes they just fade away. But we are still strong. Ebora aika amefula. Is it alamefula? Alamefula ko ahamefula.
Alamefula.
Alamefula. Alamefula.
No, Alamefula.
Alam is that my land no go get lost.
Yes.
Or my name will not be lost. Whichever one it is. I just wanted to, on a lighter note, to ask Brother Alamefula. I wanted to ask him whether, because he don't clap hand twice or three times, I want to ask him for that island where they day, whether mosquito they there too.
No, that's fly. I can see the fly from my own screen because I have a big screen.
Okay, no problem. So he'll tell me when he comes back. Indeed, it's Martin Luther King's Day, and it's quite a pleasure to join such a hilarious group that keeping the flag flying and the candle burning. To me, I have listened to the program through the course of the day, and I was listening the other day when Brother Paul had opened up quite a whole array of realities, no matter where you're there, and I was just nodding my head. But today I have seen through your conversations with the Panama Canal and what to ask if you were representing Nigeria. That's what representing Nigeria, presenting since Trump is in the office now. And then you went on all the way to talk about what Nigerians what you talked about talking about okay, let me just put it this way. They say everywhere at home. I'm not going to say monkey say everywhere at home, but they say everywhere at home. Ebonyi Bikona Wachi, wherever you live now, there where you go to defend. With all the things that are going on in life today, sometimes we tend to forget some of the basic realities of what we are following up on. Trump is coming in. In your conversations today, somebody met, I think it was Uzo, that clearly stated that 80% of Nigerians, again, I talk about Nigerians, or some Africans, most Africans who are here, they came here legally. They are fingerprinted, they have passport, they did not run across the board. Even though there were some who went to South America and then they tried to climb over Texas in order to come in. Even though there are some who overstayed their visa and decided, I will dug it out here until their kingdom come. Even though we also do realize that majority of us, especially from the old stock, when we came here, we came for the golden fleece, as it was termed. We did not come here to come and stay. And as things change each and every day, one thing we tend to forget, we as Nigerians, was that there was a point in time when Nigeria was envied all over the world. During our time, you present your Nigerian passport right in New York, you're already seen as a bright star. You're welcomed. There were people who were clamoring to be a host family to you. As at that point in time, you carry your Naira, come from New York, JFK, you can change it right across the counter to dollar or any other money or denomination that you want. As at that point in time, the flying elephant, we had a whole hub down at JFK. Nigeria-U.S. were flying. Some people would fly in the morning, take care of their business in New York. At night, they fly back to Nigeria. Those are the days. That were the good days. And we tend to forget how far we have come to be where we are now today. It's not to take us down memory lane, but if you don't know where you are coming from, if you don't know where the rain begin beat you, you will not know the time that the rain has stopped. So with all these things that we're talking about, I went to Lowe's. Let me take it from there. Just a moment ago, because I was trying to fix heat here. And by the way, Paul is gone momentarily. Paul said that they had heat in the place where he is, that he was riding home with an air condition. We have snow outside, so we needed heat. And we are still in the same America. At Lowe's, I saw a giant truck with flags mounted. This was just about one and a half hour ago, with flags flying all over the place. And I purposely drove past the truck to take a closer look at the flags, even though I already had an idea of what the flags were saying. One of the flags with Trump's image said, "Fight, fight, fight." And the question I had in my mind was, fight what? Fight who? And I would like for both our audience to indulge me, and if anybody can answer that question, fight, fight, fight. Fight against who? That is one thing we need to examine very, very carefully. When you talk about what's obtainable today, gas prices during the election came down, and they were somewhere hovering around $2.95, $2.80. And right now, as of today, even Wawa that is everywhere around here, is at 309. No, it's even 309 was a good one. Wawa is about 317 or something. So it's resting around there, meaning that whatever is going on around the world, America is not in isolation. They will always try to find a way to take care of their own situation. Because if grain prices goes back to $4 and $5, the same people that are shouting today, it hits that gas of a thing that we think, it hits everybody's pocket, whether you like it or not. So by the same token, when you talked about the Panama Canal, it looks like we all have short memories. Have we forgotten that there was a blockade of some kind in the Panama Canal just a couple of years ago? And as a result of that blockade, what happened? I mean, it took a long-lasting effect. Prices in the grocery stores, prices everywhere else. What was going on? That the ships were not able to pass through the canal in order for them to be able to deliver goods here. So when Trump says that he is going to go and annex, if I use that word, Panama Canal, he probably was thinking about that particular blockade, which had a ripple effect down the spines of every American, including politicians, and there was not much that people could do about it. And then when you ask about what to ask if you were a Nigerian ambassador making a request under this administration, if I was to be an ambassador of Nigeria, or in terms of that particular question that you laid out, I would ask Mr. Trump or the government of the United States, can you allow Nigeria to be paid fair prices for the resources that you are deriving from Nigeria? I'm not just talking about oil. Can Elon Musk allow for the resources, the minerals that are being mined, that is benefiting his electrical or electric battery productions over here? Can you pay a fair price so that maybe we'll be able to manage or mismanage whatever resources that we are getting from there? That is standing in as from the perspective of Nigeria. And furthermore, I would also ask, can we, or can you please, towards 2027, don't play partiality in our political system when we go out there to dog it out. Can we say, can you leave us alone? Be an observer. I remember even Tracy from Georgia was in Nigeria during the election period. All the election monitors, they came from across the globe, they came to Nigeria. Yet they sat down there, and both the thing that was manufactured by a company around the United States was shoved down our throat. IRF was shut off. The thing was shut off. And they couldn't say, you can't shut that thing, or can you allow it to happen? You know, with your almighty power that you are preaching democracy. You saw it happen. If it happened in the United States here, where a polling transmission machine was shut down, would you allow that to happen? In other words, I'm still talking from the perspective of being a Nigerian ambassador or representative. And if I was to venture further, I would say, okay, you trained all your CIA assets or whatever you may call it. Can you truly allow Nigerians to pick their own leader or wherever it may lead us? If you can do that, then we are good. I mean, if we go back to memory lane, you remember when we used to have Naira at, that is the dollar, being bought with 42 kobo to $1. And now, you see how far we've come. Still talking from the perspective of Nigeria. So let's not deceive ourselves. Even in Nigeria, if I'm to venture in that direction right now, I would say that we have our own trumps in Nigeria. The question becomes, how do we handle those our own trumps in Nigeria? There are trumps all over the world in different shapes or different forms. Trump University, fake it until you make it. Mr. Trump is a businessman. Likewise, we have businessmen in Nigeria. And in our own case, they brought us Christianity. We took Christianity, that is, we took it to the higher level. In other words, everything else pertaining to what we had that was holding us as a people together, we threw it into the trash can. And then we picked up, there's nothing wrong with the Holy Bible. The Holy Bible is a book of wisdom. It's a guiding book. But today, instead of going to work, our people are going to fasting prayer. You cannot pray yourself out of any situation. You must go and farm in order to eat. You have to cultivate the land. You have to plant to eat. It's not everybody that has to go to the... You can be a plumber. Over here, maybe I should have become a plumber instead of all this other... You can get whatever education you want to get. Pick something practical that you can do. As the heat breaks down, you got to call a plumber to come and fix it for you. And you must pay premium price. So if I was to venture into the same concept of our own trumps in Nigeria, I know it might sound somehow, but I always bring in my own state. I'm from Abia State. And we've had all kinds of leaders in Abia State. We've had the good, the bad. And now I think we have the good one too. When you talk about people like OUK, for instance, who is from my town, when I talk about our own kind of Trump people, in our own place, we would say, bring him, make we kill him. Knock him down, kill him now, because we are more righteous than ourselves. Meanwhile, in the north, when we have Umaru Rice, Umaru Diko, they don't bring him and kill him. Just like when we have Sunday Boho in the west, they don't bring him and kill him. But if the name is Nnamdi Kanu, get him from wherever, lock him up, make sure that he does not come out. So let us stop all this hypocrisy. Go to Nigeria today. The other day, I saw a burial ceremony of a gentleman's mother. The name was Zenko Oil. Bless him. The amount of security personnel that were all over the place. Name all the big boys in entertainment. They were all there, singing different tones. And you will think that the world was coming to an end. It was massive. Massive an event. I don't know if you saw it, but I did see that. They say the man spent his money. That's what it felt like at this point in time. So, with all that presented, I will bring it back to say, anywhere in our home. We are here for now. And I was just looking at a blog or somebody who was making a statement, comic-like, but his question was on Nigerian associations. I'm not talking about Cameroonian associations, so in the United States. The man said that if you look at Indians, everybody was a Patel at some point. In every job you go, everybody was a Patel. You cannot distinguish from one Patel to the other. They came here the same way we came. They banded together and they made sure that they took care of business. Hence today, as intelligent as Nigerians are, go compete with them in the industry. And what are they doing? They're taking the job back to their places. Hence, when you pick up the phone call now, somebody is answering you from India because it's become a global place. But in our own case, as Nigerians, there are associations that it seems that what they have boiled themselves down to is every association's function is to end of year party. If not end of year party, contribute money to bury somebody where don't die. If not contribute money to bury somebody where die. Contribute money because the mother and papa don't die. Make we carry them go home. Contribute money because those will never die. Make sure say we carry them home. Huh? So what are we talking about? And this is a place where insurance is at play. And I will always remember the Joy. Get your small insurance to ensure yourself, say when you die, that you will be able to be taken home if that's your desire. Some people wanted to be buried at home, but their children say, no, it's easier for us, make we bury him here. Whether you like him or not, the man don't die. They bury him here. It happened in New Jersey recently, okay? But like I was saying to my brother Jide yesterday, I said, listen, how you prepare yourself, your home is your home. If you decide that you have no plans, when you buy, now anywhere where you drop, now there where they go drop you. But I said, me, any day where time don't reach, where I go. And Amankali Ibere, that's where I am going. And I will make sure that I have made plans and provisions so that if that happens, I will be taken to the specific place at Amankalo Ibere. And that will be my resting place. But I will not allow that to happen because as long as God still give us strength, make we they carry ourselves, they go to that place. Even though they say that they kidnap, that they do this, that they do that. We can wait there for Nigeria. For now, all of us are still carrying this green passport. Let's not deceive ourselves.
Thank you so much.
So with that, I just came in to say, KJ.
Yes, sir. If you like, you can give us your random thought because.
Yeah, that's exactly what because if I can go on, but
yeah, just in 2 minutes.
I think I have already laid out
everything.
the things that I've been listening for your conversations that you've been having.
Yes.
And I ended it up with Nigerian associations should, as a matter of fact, find a way to become a little bit more engaged in the community where we are so that we can get the golden flea and take it back home. Go to the gas stations and see who is running the gas stations. Go to the gas stations and see who is running the gas stations. Go to the corner stores and see who is running the corner stores. I knew one Palestinian who opened up one. I made a sign for him. He opened up another one. He left that one and moved on. He opened and he has opened quite a few. So that's how they network it. But for us, we'll be Oyibo worker. And at the end of the day, we don't even know who is who. So if we can try to tap into the resources of what's going on in this country, then we can be able to send the technology job back to our homes, which is the intention.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving me the privilege to.
Thank you so much. That topic touched, we will come back to you to make it a major topic. Why is it that the Nigerian community don't band together, except when it has to do with drinking, eating, and partying or burial? We need to discuss that because it's actually a problem. In fact, people who are even family here don't live in one house, you know. But an Indian friend of mine told me that when they first came, there were 5 of them. One person first came, and the second person came. When the second person came, they got together and rented a two-bedroom flat. And then one person, they eventually brought their person, the third person, the fourth person. When it became 5th person, they rented a very big 5 bedrooms. And then they divided themselves. Man just telling me this is a concern for him because talking to me, why is that you people, you Nigerians especially, you don't bound together like we do? They rented a big place. They divided the work. While the men are working, those women who are not working, they divided. One will take care of all the children. One will do all the cooking. One will do all the cleaning. One will do all the other running around, buying food and all that. And at the end of the month, they give them each one maybe like $50 or $20. All of them, they will contribute and pay those women. And then they pay their rent. And that's how they are. They will keep that place until they make money. When they make money to rent different houses now, they will keep it until when they're ready to break from that point, they break off and then they bring in more people. And that's how they've been able to bring all their family members are living in
legally, and they're doing it legally.
Everyone. So we need to discuss that. It's a problem, but it's not something we can finish now. Don't go there, Uzo, because
no, I'm not going there. I don't want to Bajegolu. Nobody that person they split your neck.
They also
that life neck.
I see their life.
Don't come Bajegolu. You know, Paul said something the other day. I remember what Paul said one day. Let me tell you what Paul said one day. If you're a taxi driver, you bring your brother, may come stay with you. Is what 80% say you go become a taxi driver. Except otherwise. If you are into health, all this cleanness, do this one, you bring your 2 brothers, may come stay with you. One day they go tell you, say, opening them for work, come work there. If you say no, he must work there. So the Indians, who know they have a lot of gas stations, how are they going to eat? If an Indian guy have a gas station, he bring his brother come, what's going to happen? The brother is going to also go in the line of that business. So that's how it goes. If I bring anybody comes here, I do mechanic, all right, and I need somebody in my workshop. What my brother do? He will join me there before I know he got mechanic. So we all say they share work. Nigeria and the Indians, we are one of the biggest community. They share work for everybody. No, do your own, I do my own. It doesn't matter. It doesn't depend that the Indians are doing better than Nigerians. Nigerians are doing also good, great in their own field of work. Everybody's doing great. But it's not about community. You can't compare Nigeria community with India community. Nigeria have a large community here. We must say we're not doing anything. At least this city where I am now, you can punch out in black the immigrants here. You can after Hispanic, You can point 2, 3, 4 Nigerian communities that have a place of worship as their own, have a hall, have everything they have. Igbo Catholic community, we have our multi-million dollars event center managed.
Is that in Houston, Texas?
Yes, now Admiral community have their own managed. India community doesn't have that. So everybody is every good, have bad, every bad has good. So you can't bring somebody from Nigeria and you're into health. You expect that person to go into gas station business. You go here. Paul, I think I'm right now on this one. Just like the Igbo basic. Yes, but when you guys come here, everyone was like taxi driver. Every Nigerian was a taxi driver because that is the line their brother and sister say, So these days now, you can't tell me, but he said something. I can't tell my son what to do. My son is here thinking of how to go to space. Then I'm trying to tell her to start PCC Caterpillar engine and a mechanic. He's telling me how to like build a robot that will do this, do that. That was telling her to be losing toss in their head. PCC engine, put
hold on for a second. The event center, the Catholic Community Center in Houston, Texas. I've actually been there. I had the privilege of being there just as it was being rounded up. Abraham Madu took me there. A couple of persons took me there, and I saw even the person who engineered the place. And I published it as a sample of what communities can do. But the point I was trying to make is this. As enterprising as we are, look at what Alamefula said, that he asked that man, does being here, carrying a Dutch passport, make me a Dutchman? And the man was puzzled. It doesn't make you that. Who's already knew that? But he asked that question.
Wait, let me tell you something. Everything we talk, I don't want to challenge him. Everything because you know his capability. Everything has to do with their capability. If he's not capable on the job, he won't have that question. Is that bad?
Besides that, also hold on for a second. Yeah. That man has gone through. He's gone through the hell and brimstone to become who he is today. But the point I'm trying to make to our general audience, because you just talk, say, if not chicken, where they kill or they walk it. Listen, some of us, the first job I did was washing dishes in a restaurant. The second job I did was sawing timber to make roof trusses. The third job I did was going to Tyson's Farms to place where they kill chicken. And when you see how they do the chicken thing, you probably not eat chicken again. Okay? The other job I did in Texas, Chimney Rock Exxon, I worked at that gas station. At the same time, I was working at Jack in the Box at night, and I work at Northwest Mobile in the afternoon. The point is, Nigeria has oil. Why is it that we did not take advantage of that fact that we have oil? And I was trying to connect with Mobile then to be able to see what can we do so that we can take advantage of the same thing that other people are taking advantage of over here. India don't have oil. I'm not sure that they have oil, but Nigeria has oil, which is very much in demand here. So in essence, talk about the political acumen.
The Indians have more refineries than Nigeria, but they don't have oil.
There you go. But the point is this, because I was trying to shape up Uzo's conversation. Some of us could have become councilmen, if nothing else, in the communities where we live. And I'm saying that to our young ones who are coming up now. Whatever it is that they're doing here, be a part of the system. But we invested very heavily in our communities. There's nothing wrong with that, but we over-invested in things like Abia Imo State Association, the place where people will go and knock blows, hit me, I hit you back. We invested heavily, and that's time. It's only when you look back now and you say, oh, I probably could have done it differently, still achieving the same result.
But Igbo basis, if I can come in, I'm so sorry. It's just what you're saying. That's exactly what affects Democrats. So to conquer our old people in Africa is very, very tough. And my dad beat me a lot as a young boy trying to explore his TV. My father tried a quick bicolor TV. He beat me a lot. But many years ago, I myself now, and I buy TV. My dad couldn't operate it. My dad can't lie, say the TV na computer. I said, Daddy, the TV no be computer. I said, they can't turn that TV. My father couldn't. You understand? I never that thing. He struggled, which means life evolved. So when the young people goes to this Igbo meeting, see, something happened in Abia State. I'll use Abia as a reference. I said it the other day also. You see the best meeting tomorrow. You see the best meeting. Very fantastic man. They say this, if you owe 10 naira for meeting, this man will drive. He would drive 2 hours to come collect 10 naira. He's nice. Everybody like him. He's the one taking upon himself to teach all the young children Igbo. Teach them Igbo, teach them how to write, do everything. People like him, only for him to contest. And they push him only for him to contest. That is when they discover that he's an atheist. All head loose. His own official campaign and everything, they say, let us pray. Yeah, pray first. They know that he's atheist and everything. All the people that like him. Abia meeting in the state of Arizona is gone because of this little thing. Because now all the young people were mad. They left the meeting for the old people. Meeting couldn't continue very well. And the like. So it's also hard with the way our culture also makes some of those things. But I will still say this Abia again. So funny. One guy from Arochukwu, he was born here.
You get to have people here. Call the village, Ibeku. Call the village where you're talking about. Old Bendel. Get there an Abia.
Yeah. So it was funny. This guy was born here. The parents were doing very well in Nigeria. He was born here. Then the father late very early. The father late here in the US, 78. So the mother went back. The mother grew up to the level of a director in Odimo State before Abia comes in and the likes. They were doing very well. So his school in Nigeria, came back to the US. You know the funny part of it, when he came back to the US, he was driving taxi. And all the old uncle and brother, all of them no get akuko. Him when they're born here, he joined the drive taxi because that's the only thing where people for a community they do. That's not the one where they're born here. Where carry BSc come here. Not until somebody now discover that you have BSc. When he say he was born here within Nigeria, they say, shut up. It's true. He showed them a passport. They see him say truly he was born here. Now you they drive taxi. For them not to pull him out of driving cab, it becomes a problem because to him he's making money. Remember, his mother never asked him for any 10 kobo. He just felt that I was born in America. People keep saying this thing. So he went back to America. The cab is enough for him to live well and everything. So also for us to live, some things has become culture. May not be good part of our culture. We need to leave some of those things. The way we do things, just like the way we will force our kids to take certain majors in school and everything because we are so narrow that, this engineer, this doctor, this, that's how you make it in life. And sometimes we don't really know that other things is going on. Today in Nigeria, Igbo basis, the biggest thing that can happen in Nigeria, doctor struggle here in America. His blog, this social media, these guys are making dollars in Nigeria. So they have a lot of money. But the money is not enough for doctor in America. Doctor, they beg us money. But in Nigeria, they are making all this money. You understand? So different things keep coming up. So I think it's time for us to understand that this being a doctor, engineer, and every other thing, you can do well in your profession. But it is still what we call a beg to apply.
Okay.
But the Indian man does not do very much a beg to apply. Like the Arab man don't do very much a beg to apply like us. So we need to change.
We'll have to sign
Go ahead.
We'll have to sign up right now. But the breaking news is that Trump has signed the birthright executive bill.
As an executive order?
Yes.
Yes.
Order. He has signed it, and the people are preparing to go to court tomorrow. Also, Trump has signed an executive order declaring the cartel, that Mexican cartel, as a terrorist organization. And the military have been ordered to go after them. also signed is proclaiming that the state protection, the army will protect the southern border to stop the invasion going on. Okay, and then yeah, there's another one signed. I don't know what that means, but Trump signs executive order to realign U.S. refugee program with American interests. Yeah, and then he also signed 100. He also signed to free the 1,500 January 6 political prisoners. And of course, the other thing I wanted to mention to you guys is that at the wee hours of the Joe Biden presidency, which most people don't talk about, he signed an order, executive, pardoning the people like Anthony Fauci, Adams, what that his name? Scotch. I mean,
Adam Schiff, the senator in California, the new senator, Adam Schiff. Yeah.
Lizzie Cheney and the General Mark Miller, as well as his three other siblings, and other prospects, other of his spouse, from being prosecuted up to 10 years backwards. Whatever they've done in the past cannot be held against them. But I bring that before we close. I just wanted to bring that to note. You see,
KJ,
yes,
a preemptive strike it is. But one question that I would like to ask, so that we can all look into it: has anybody considered the fact that the Trump may be one of the most litigated names around the globe?
Yes.
Is there anybody else that has, in other words, court?
He is.
So he has that title. He should be submitted to the Guinness Book of World Records.
He is. And, well, you see, basically, what I've come to know following political development around the world, when somebody is most prosecuted by everybody, be careful. It might just be that the guy is against the status quo. And some of the status quo will not discuss them here because it's an open forum. Okay, but if we meet when we sit down, we can open up certain other things we will not want to open up here. The truth of the matter is that the world as it is today, go mark my word, if we don't have somebody like this mad person there, within the next 1 year, we will not know how this world will become. But sometimes because of this madman we are talking about, some people who have gone to an extreme are kind of curtailed because they don't know what. I'll give you an example. Go read up what made up the WEF, what they stand for you and I. Okay, go read up what they stand for. Go also and read up what is called the World Health Organization and the UN itself. Go and read up the UN Charter as when it started.
When you said WEF, are you talking about the wrestling people?
No, World Economic Forum.
Okay. Okay, because
KJ, upon all this executive bill he signed, which one is affecting us much right now?
The one that will affect us much will be the one that of well, none of us came through the southern border. That's the truth. So none of them is affecting us. But the truth is, whether we like it or not, many people will be affected, especially those who are criminal. Like I said, and that guy gave the same advice.
Not much.
If I was in Nigeria,
let me get the effect is going to be. All right, the effect I see there about his the first women. I think the how will I put it?
Boom Boom Ray Project 2025 is not President Trump. If you want to know his project, go to Agenda 45. That is this thing. Stop doing this thing. We have already dealt with this. And you see, that's why I don't like to, when you want to come to this forum, come knowing that we have enough information. We don't just come here and begin to talk. Project 2025 doesn't belong to Trump.
No, it's not. But why he's saying that? Because some of these things is in Project 2025. That's why. That's why he's saying that. Yeah, right.
Most of us live here. We know how things roll here, all right? We know how the working class people are suffering more than the immigrant, the non-immigrants are enjoying America more than let me say the work. Someone that's wake up every morning, you go to work, you pay your tax, they come out, are suffering more than those that pay no tax. They're using your tax money to take care of them. We all know that, all right? I don't have any like any fee or something to say executive bill prevent people not to like make a document and be legit whatever you're doing. But I will not support the one that he had the opportunity to have their document, don't have it. He decide to stay in the Home Depot, making 700 daily, having 15 children or citizen, wife will be at home eating. They will line up every morning with the 7 kids, collect over $5,000 for upkeeping. You understand my point? That I don't support, and we all know that what is going on here in the state, 100%. We can't deny ourselves out of it. You understand my point? So you will see if that will go to stop, somebody will not come here and have 7 kids at a go. I can't even provide for them. All right, you go on the government to feed them and do that. If that is one of the things that you go to stop, that'll be okay. Then that will give people opportunity to, okay, when you come here, you find a way, all right, to register yourself, to pay your tax, help whatever you want to help.
Uzo, we ride with these things all the time. The people who collect child support more, who collect food stamps more, EBT more in America, is white royal women. It is white women collect more than the Latinos. You understand? Yeah. Many of all these people that live in all this rural area, they will tell you they never work for 20 years. Even when you travel to some of those places, you will be so shocked. You understand? When you travel miles for their kids to go to school and every other thing. So, but when they say these things, because of we see all those people who live in the cities and do all these things while we go work hard. You understand? So the system itself, in as much as you want to get mad with the people you see, the system is for their own people more. Many of the people who live in the rural area, good percentage of them still maintain those things that your father and my father do back in the days. My father had a good job. My mother do petty trade just to raise us. That's how he also is here. So let's not keep saying these things all the time like it's only for maybe African American women or brown women. It is more white women that even get EBT more than any other race. Look it up and see.
As we round up, Paul, what I find a bit concerning is when you come into a community and you go and engage in very heinous crime. I don't know why you do that. You know you are illegal. You come into the community is assisting you, and what you want to do is to, buy people, is to rape people, is to do all kinds of nonsense. Of course, if I was in a position of authority, I will not leave you here. I will take you back to where you're coming from. But if you come here and you are just usefully helping the system, I saw an interview, one of the top farmers in America. I said, look, if these people go, they're going to have problems. So they also know that what is being said is not going to go all the way. But yes, everyone accept that if people have been involved in taking people's life, they shouldn't be here. So on that note, Mr. Stay humble. You're just coming in, but we're rounding up. So I will give you, thank you, Uzo. I'll give you some 3 minutes to make your point while we and then round up also so we can start closing. We have already exceeded our time. We're 7 hours already into this.
Me?
Yes, stay humble.
Okay.
Stay humble. Let's stay humble. Talk. I'll come to you, Uzo. Stay humble.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and make your point because we're shutting down. Okay, since you can't hear me, so Uzo, go ahead and make your point.
Okay, my point according to my brother Paul. That's how you always say something sometimes. offline and online. And I'm going to meet Mr. Peter Obi. Let's talk more about the way we Nigerians are putting more energy on Joe Biden and Trump right now. Even the people that like we think that are America, they don't even put energy. Just like I said, everybody say so somebody with flag. Do you look into that motto? Either person is not a Nigerian. Because me, I don't call you a flag. Yeah, that person can be a Mexican, can be a black, can be anybody. All right. So key. What do you like to key? All right. End of the day, we all know what happened. End of the day, they do for their own interest, not the interest of the president, not the interest of anybody. And secondly, we all know who Trump is. Before now, we know who he is. And we all know that he's not going back for the second time. This is last time, 4 years. So he doesn't care if you're going to vote him or not vote him. He doesn't care if you're going to impeach him or not impeach him. He do whatever he want to do to when he leave office, he will get the interest of the billionaires and trillionaires all over the world. We know that Trump is for America and for America only. And for him, for people, we think that it's from America, for Trump and Trump only. Not for those white folks in my office that will tell you this and they don't even stand on what they said. So America is for Trump and for Trump only and for big men. It's not for everybody. All right. The blacks community here, we are trying our best. As I said, with the work is being shared. Everybody is trying their best to put food on his table, take out the family, put it on their table. If you doubt me, go to any petrochemical company in here in Texas, the East Texas, where we have majority of the petrochemical. Just on your Wi-Fi, you will see 1,000 of Nigerians doing good on oil and gas field industry. You will find out what I'm talking about. Go to any petrochemical company here. Nigerians are doing good as individuals. And I tell you, even this city right now, Nigerians are doing good in political. I've seen so many 2, 3, 4 Nigerians that are running to political offices here. And they're still working strong. As a chief master, so many posts they have run. So we are coming up. But my point I'm trying to make is this: we should not use our head to carry what we can or what that a load that will go to help us. Carrying America when Nigeria is there there collapsing every day by day. When I joined, you guys were talking about the deep sea ports. Why is the Calabar port is not working? We led that conversation. We fall into American politics, which could have been a major force. Yesterday, somebody came here. I wanted that we need people that will pressure groups. How do we pressure for them to open the Calabar port? Because if they lie, they should put the ports in Lagos. You affect everybody. You affect people in Lagos also. You put the crop in Calabar. You affect everybody. You show some certain parts. Somebody will import something from China to Lagos. They will ship it to Lagos to here to Onitsha. Somebody will still come from Lagos. They say Lagos, come to Onitsha, come and buy the same part and take it to Lagos. So what are you talking about? Because we don't understand how things work. Somebody will come to Onitsha and buy the same thing that they move from Lagos to Onitsha and buy it back to Lagos and tag the price and everybody will pay for it. It doesn't matter. It's not about Igbo something, not about Yoruba something. It's about how Nigeria politics work. Because at the end of the day, my motor pass, everybody pay for it. It's an amount. All right. So that was it.
All right. Thank you so much. And that simply means that Nigeria, as Nigerians, will need to sit down and work out our supply chain. The reason, I repeat it again, the reason why we must develop Calabar port, we must develop Akwa Ibom ports, we must develop One, we must improve on Port Harcourt port. We must also take the water, the in-way waters, all the way to Warri. If we do this thing, it's even making job easier for Nigerians for crying out loud. I don't understand. But Igbo Basics, your final thoughts on this. You have 2 minutes, sir.
My final thought is just to decentralize Nigeria. Decentralize. What do I mean by that? I understand Abia State is trying to build an airport. Every state should build their own airport. anywhere you have the ability to set up a seaport, build a seaport there. There is an Elizabeth seaport here. There is one downwhere in Pennsylvania. There's one everywhere around. But when you just keep everything to the center and then try to simply decentralize Nigeria, from the police force to everything else, decentralize it. Let every region or every state, since we have now become a state, we're not going back. You're not going to be a state and later on you become something else. They've already created you into something, but let each and every state, by virtue of its own resources, let it stand and manage its own resources, manage its own people, do its own thing. If they like, make they kill themselves. If they like, make they kidnap themselves. That is in that particular state. But don't bring me somebody from somewhere else to come to tell me what is going on in my backyard. If we do so, and if we stop all this reliance on foreign help, what kind of help are we talking about? I remember there was a time that Nigeria was going to borrow money, still in this our own era. Somebody like OUK, Odus Okalo, he came up and said, as a politician he is, he came up and said, if the big men in Nigeria can contribute, bring money from their own wealth at that point in time, but Nigeria has no need going to IMF. But today, what has happened? All Nigeria's money has been taken to the developed countries, and then Nigeria is suffering. Can they please do us a favor, repatriate your funds, sell off the properties you have in those places, if you truly, truly believe that there should be a one Nigeria. If you do that, I think Nigeria will become one of the most powerful, besides the fact that it's already powerful enough. Otherwise, they would have been able to destroy the place completely.
All right.
So I appeal to the big men, bring your money back to Nigeria.
Thank you so much. Yes, follow.
Yeah, I think I subscribe with Igbo basis to some extent and the likes. It's time for us to open up that country. See, there's one city in where I live here in Arizona. You know, the West Phoenix. Phoenix is the fourth or fifth largest city in America. Sometimes fourth, sometimes fifth largest city. Phoenix is very, very big. Phoenix as a city is bigger than almost 2 states in America. Guess what? The west side, there's this place called Goodyear, Tolleson. They just attract all those things. They want people to come there. People don't want to come. They build state-of-the-art schools there. You understand? Come buy house here. They waive your property tax for 20 years. Who know like free thing? Free thing, not a posh person now. You understand? Even though if you know sweet, you no lose. Now so it be they say even if the food no sweet, you no lose. Now free. Before you know what's up, everybody started coming there. You understand? They started building industries and everything. Today, Tolleson, Goodyear, Avondale, you understand? I've come to a par with other cities. Look at small Lagos. Today, Badagry is not developed because of unnecessary politics. Today, Ikorodu is not well developed. As small as Lagos could be, Badagry, Ikorodu is where they have all the landmarks in Lagos. It's not really developed. Neither they are pushing water in what they call Lagos Island, the so-called Lekki, with no preventive measure. The day where the thing go do there like they do there for Florida. Now, no go buy land there for 5,000 naira. I fit buy land there, carry dash the pastor where they make my mama put all the money for offering. I fit but me, I don't go buy land there. So these are the things. So we need to get our priorities right. What do I mean? Why I use all those things? I use these things is that for government to keep doing all these things. Back in the days, how did they open Nigeria? They put Delta Steel Company in Alaja in Delta. You understand? Delta Steel Company still linked to Ajakuta Steel in Kogi. Why did they put everything in one place? You understand? They tried to open up the state. Everything was touching everywhere. You understand? They play dirty politics. They think they take Southeast out. They take this one out for me to punish the man in Southeast. Even when on a port is still working, on a port only bring oil installations things just for the oil company, because to move some of those things, sometimes the water level will go low. If you are passing through the Solo Expressway, it's solo there. That bridge is 16.5 feet. It can't carry so many things that is tall, no road again. So they had to say, okay, do on it. If Igbo man go try saying go route in container, go enter on it. Now one chance he enter, he die finish. Why you punish that person? You punish your economy. We have all it takes to make money. Let me tell you one funny thing. KJ, you asked this question. China, when they bring all these containers to the US, very many times they almost go empty because they don't export more like they import in the US. So they take all these recycled plastics and the likes, they take it back. And America give them up to 1.5 billion. China say they have enough. China say they don't want no more. Philippines started taking recycled plastic, $1 billion. Philippines say, we'll not take again. Do you know people pick plastic in Nigeria and recycle in Nigeria? Just imagine that if we can start to say, America, bring that 1 billion, we'll not go borrow money for IMF. Bring the 1 billion, you still give us free plastic. But vessel will reach Lagos, it go stay 3 weeks for it never fit or float. If we don't have this crane, we don't have this thing. Traffic, like traffic is in Ocean Expressway, traffic is in the sea. You understand? These little problems here and there, it's affecting us. Okay, if you don't even want those things in your Lagos port, create another port for that. Let everywhere have their own hub that they will do their own things. Let the Igbo man be comfortable. And you know the funny part, you punish Igbo man. I don't understand why you say you punish Igbo man. The Igbo man still sells spare part to you in Lagos, sells spare part to you in Ekiti, sells spare part to you. So if that man buy that spare part in Lagos, put am for that bad road from Lagos, go Nnewi, then you go Nnewi, you go Aba, carry they come back to Ekiti, they go Sokoto, they go, he go still put all the old money. Not maybe Trump tariff what they complain about.
It's funny though. Very funny.
I'm
Okay,
telling
thank
you,
so much.
makes everything more expensive. So we stab ourselves in the back trying to play dirty politics.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I stay humble. Unmute yourself.
Sorry, KJ. Paul, is there, to all of us, is there any reason why somebody should ship a container to Nigeria 2023 or 1 year ago? 1 year ago, you ship something to Nigeria December 1 year ago, and this is 1 year later. The container is in Lagos. It has been there. What did they do? They raise things and things just people who even have their consignment in that container paid in advance for the clearing and everything else. But we are now in the month of January, the next year later. The people never get their thing. Is there any reason why I shipped stuff to Nigeria that I was going to use for my retirement ceremony? I went there that time. The thing never got there. I went, but it wasn't. I just want to have some explanation from Nigeria. I spent did the thing, came back, and they finally released the container. The rice where I buy, the everything else. Now people where I just say make una take am.
Let me tell you the truth, eh? Don't blame the government. Blame anybody that you get money to do the clearing. Those guys are the worst. Not the customs.
They are the worst. They are the worst. But also the bonded terminal, also the seaports, all layer.
They are the worst. Forget government part of it. If you don't get Papa, they are worse than whatever you can take on this planet of Earth. They don't care how much you have in there. What they know is the amount they're going to get. As you send out that money, what they do, I send that money, you send the 1.1 million to clear a container. They will leave their container, use it to clear the one they already eating the money five months ago. Trying to take from A. That's what they just like package that. Before you know it, they say, Oga, you don't have the mortgage. Before you know it, 6 months don't go. Before I know it, the container is at risk. So those guys, not the government, for me, those guys, those are Papa rats, wolf rats, that's what we call them. above our front. That people eating everything.
Uzo,
So
Uzo, Uzo, you make mistake. Oh, I
even
be
when the people don't
container
say,
boy.
I don't want
I
to complain
work for
about this
that
thing.
work.
I don't want to
Uzo,
complain about
Uzo,
this thing.
Uzo, Uzo.
People are wicked.
See, government create a whole lot of loopholes for these things to work. What do I
Yeah.
mean by that? Even though if I will pay you and everything, how come Nigeria as a country don't have government receipts? I told you I bought 5,000 chairs and table for 50 cents. School district in America. 50 cents. Ask yourself why 50 cents, KJ? Because government want receipts for that this thing to take retire that thing. That this is where this product left to. This is the receipt, government receipt. We all do business with government. No receipt. No receipt.
He said what?
How come you can't get receipt? Is it not the receipt you used to do tax and every other thing?
Let's move on. Let's move on. You see, the issue of Nigeria is the more you dig, the more you see. Stay humble. You have been very humble since you came. So maybe you now.
Yeah,
Network
seriously,
humble.
I've been,
Network humble.
listening
Yes.
to, some of the discussions, and I've, really learned a lot. It's quite informative. I didn't know that you were alive, really. I was just rounding off my activities, and I saw that you were on the Trump day, Yeah. So I know the issue was on Trump before we um evolved to the Nigerian problem, which is inexhaustible. But yes, Trump has returned, and yeah, some are happy, some are sad. We don't know what it portends for the United States and then for the world at large. Really, so many bookmakers have given their predictions. This will happen, that will happen, but for sure, we don't know what will happen, what will unfold till he gets to work proper. We don't know his policies. Some people might make very wide guesses about what he will do. We don't know. But the most important thing, is that there will be some stability. Really, there will be a level of stability, and he would not shake up things. The number of states in America might not change to from 50 to something else. Yes, some things happened which I still don't know the undertones. Some people were invited from Nigeria. That's one. A popular gospel singer, a popular preacher was also invited for the inauguration. I guess the president was invited, but he didn't attend. I don't know what you think about that. So those are some of the games going on. The president did not attend Trump's inauguration. Some ministers were invited. Shockingly, I was shocked. Gospel artist, and then a
Did the president send a representative?
I'm not sure, to be honest. But he attended the South African president's inauguration and has attended a number of what you might call less important occasions. But the inauguration of the president of America is one of the most historic events in the world, and he didn't attend. So those are some of the things also that some people might want to make a call or two about. Somebody mentioned that we should not burden our minds with what goes on in America, which I slightly disagree with, because what we should do actually is that wherever we find ourselves, we should try as much as possible to actively participate in the politics. Because, yeah, I know, especially our Igbo people, we have, somehow disengaged ourselves from global politics. I know the reason being that after the Civil War, the people that were at the table, shared things the way they wanted, and the Igbo people had no stake. And the major thing for the Igbo people then was survival first before politics. But now we've gained some ground, really. So I think there should be increase in the level of participation in politics. You would see some states in America where there is a significant Igbo population, but you discover that, the people that present themselves for offices are people from the southwestern part of Nigeria. Surprisingly, the first time that I voted in the United Kingdom, I saw that the level of participation among Nigerians, is really, really low in terms of politics. A lot of names from the Middle East, from Pakistan, and a lot of them, yeah, they have some kind of stronghold here. They've been here before us, but we still have a long way to go when it comes to actively participating wherever we find ourselves, because the change that we desire, we might not achieve the change in Nigeria. The Jews, why Israel has an upper hand today in the Middle East is because the Jews are well entrenched in the United States politics. They are well entrenched across Europe. So they are some of the biggest policymakers in North America and in Europe. So from there, they could influence some things, even India. So the change that we desire, the revival, the economic revival, the turnaround, because so many things are happening in Nigeria, even those seaports we were talking about. If we have 50,000 people on the streets protesting for One, Warri Seaport, Calabar seaports to be reopened, bet you they will be revamped within months. But the thing is that we are reactionary. We are not proactive. They wait till there is hunger, because one problem of the Nigerian is that the Nigeria is unable to establish a direct link between a problem and how it affects, them. So there would be something that affects him directly. Like if they catch someone stealing a phone or someone has snatched a phone, they might burn the person alive. But someone that is misappropriating a lot of funds in one office or the other, nothing happens. In fact, the person is garlanded with all sorts of honors. So to establish a direct link between a problem, a very huge problem, and how that problem affects them, whether in the interim or in future, is a problem, an issue for the Nigerian. Those seaports are there. The 4 eastern seaports are there, moribund. And if those seaports come to life, the economy of Nigeria will experience a turnaround overnight. What are those people in Port living in Port doing? Living in Calabar doing? Living in Warri doing? Nothing, because their forefathers had handed over miseducation to them that, look, this will benefit so and so people. And, again, if we continue talking about this, there's a lot I have to say about Nigeria's history, really, and, politics. But
we will
just
make
end
this.
here for now.
We will
Maybe in
make this
future.
a topic. We will make it a topic, because as we're rounding up, I realize that there are so many things to dig up, especially the fact that we have some experts in that field, people like Paul and people like support diaspora voting. They are all people who have worked in that area for long, so they know the politics around there. We'll have to discuss this, because the intent is to put pressure on the South governors and the South-East governors to meet and form and have a common front on how to activate those seaports in the South and the Southeast. Thank you so much for your contribution. Really appreciate it. And thank you also for all those coming in. Please do come in. We're going to be here tomorrow to start discussing the different executive bills. So if you have the time, please join us. All right. My dear brother and friend, support diaspora voting. I don't know whether Tinubu will be able to do that, but you have said it and we have mounted it. Please give us your take on what we have been discussing.
Hello, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Day,
what did I discuss about, Seth?
You don't even know, Seth.
Now, cross, I just jump enter. I see one of the lives. Okay, Sleep. Just might stretch, but let me just discuss a
Okay,
little bit more.
we have discussed a lot of things, but actually it was on the inauguration of Mr. Trump and what it is going to bring to Africa and how Nigeria should position itself to gain from what it's going to bring, or reposition herself to be able to make an inroad into international, trading, through the incoming administration. How can we benefit? How can it be of benefit to Nigeria?
Okay, good business. Happy New Year, sir. And you say Happy New Year, sir. Do you hear me?
The year is old now.
So this is me and you January 1st. So this is the first time I'm seeing you. So
Hallelujah.
I'm saying
Good to see you, bro.
Whatever, sir. Anyway, you see, I don't know, when it comes to international politics here, yeah, somehow, some way, it's because the world is a global village. Yeah, it somehow affects us, but um, not directly. It affects us indirectly. I we want Nigeria to start from the nucleus, from the origin, from within. You understand? Because you don't grow from outside in, you grow from inside out. You get, so even if whatever the direction the American politics is playing or international politics is playing, I want to show whereby we are determined to grow, if not Nigeria, at least grow with Africa. Part of the African countries. You understand? We've seen in Africa now, it's only South Africa that seems to be spearheading anything that has to do with international, anything that has to do with global body. You understand? Like the membership of BRICS or something like that, and which I'm not sure Nigeria sees yet to be part of a member. You understand? So if country like South Africa is even trying to, like, align with other countries, trying to maybe not from being part of G7 or G whatever, I think Nigeria also be heading in that direction. You understand? So first thing first, for me, I think we should first, put ourselves together, our race together, for me, which is important. Because look, no matter, okay, you can see what even happened in America, the LA fire. Yeah, Americans, they even catch their own self, they catch themselves which saying at them, they even they burn their own house because of, some will say Olympic, whatever, some will say rich, what's it called, rich estate agent or whatever, real estate businessmen want to rebuild and start putting in for this and that. In our own case, what are we doing? You understand? We are still here, 21st century, still talking about whether Tinubu will go inauguration or not go inauguration. For me, that's not a problem. We have bigger issues. Till tomorrow, we are still not even refining our crude oil. We are still not even, we don't even have 247 power. It's a big issue. So when you're talking about this international politics, what's how it affects Nigeria? I mean, come on, man. Look, we've seen that over the years, these people from the West, they need people from central, the world center, which is like Africa, so to speak, to survive. So no matter the politics they play, that's why when I see people coming to argue about Democrats and the Republicans, I look at it like, which of them will elevate black African lives? Let me use the word black life. Which of these parties will elevate African life? None of them. So why are we here discussing like, no, it's better Trump enter Joe Biden? I just look at people and laugh. And when the Kenyan and what's it called, Agwachi, if they argue as if, like, man, they don't put that same effort in talking about Nigeria. You said they were talking about Africa. So in American policies, for me, whoever enters, it's not my business. Is whose policy will elevate Africa? You understand? Maybe Nigeria, but at least Africa first. That's where my concern is. And if none of them policies, their policies elevating any African country, then for me, sorry to say, to hell with both of them, all of them. That's just me.
Okay, thank you so much. And that will bring a wrap for this evening. We have actually been out here for 8 hours.
Not right.
8 hours is not moi.
Not
I
right.
have not eaten and I needed to break and go eat and all that. But Rudolph will be here tomorrow to start taking on. In fact, I just saw that new order. I just got my thank God for X. X is giving us the blow-to-blow account of all that's going on. President Trump just signed to leave the WHO, has withdrawn America from WHO. I celebrate that very well. So there are many other things we're going to be discussing, but for today, we have been able to touch on numerous things. We talked about his inauguration speech. We have talked about the importance that this will bring to the world. Maybe some people don't understand, because some people are writing and saying there are more pertinent things to be discussed. The truth of the matter remains, whether you like America or not, whether you like Donald Trump or not, what America does affects the whole world, to say the least. And for us who pander to America especially, in fact, there's a part of Nigeria, if you go to, you think you're in America, that's just because everybody speaks in America. We dress like, we dress in hoods and all that, because we, so anybody who grew up around the Middle Belt know that people from Jos, have a particular swag that they carry. So, in other words, I'm just saying that, I'm not saying to say that other people are not also pandering. I'm saying that there's more that unites us, that moves us towards America than moving us towards England. And so America is a very important trade partner to any nation in the world, no matter whether you are a South, Middle East, or you are Africa. America plays an important role. America plays an important role in the peace and stability of many parts of the world, and we can't take it away. In fact, this evening, while I was just looking at if America has forces outside of America who are engaged in action, I realized they have more than 9 places American soldiers have stationed around the world just to keep the peace. So we like it, we don't like it. We hate him, we don't hate him. This guy is going to play a good or bad role in the next 4 years. And it's for us to either, as a Christian like myself, to pray that whatever is going to happen will be in my favor. It cannot be against me. And so as we round up today, if a political pundit and you're still pondering in what happened yesterday, I think you better clean up your slate and get ready for what is going to come, and begin to write new chapters and episodes of the one that starts today. Because the world, whether you like it or not, have shifted from what you know yesterday into a new space today. And from today going forward, it's going to resonate around the whole earth, what is going to happen today, or what happened today in America. And so I implore every one of us to keep faith. It's always better. Once you lose faith, the world is ended. Faith is what keeps you going, knowing that when you go to sleep today, you wake up tomorrow. That is the faith that you have. You don't have control of what happens tomorrow. Because we don't have control of what happens tomorrow, we just have to keep faith with God. For us as Christians, for me, I don't know about you, I keep faith with God, knowing that with God, because I believe, it will happen for me just the way I believe. And on that faithfulness, I say thank you, each and every one of you, for joining us. Igbo Basics, you've not been around for a while, but today you sat in and you gave us a word of wisdom. We appreciate your contribution, and we invite you to, again, find time to join us. It's always good to drink from your, fountain of wisdom. And stay humble. I've come to like your contribution. It's always very apt. And, even if somebody doesn't agree with you, you have a way of making the person see your point. And I really appreciate that part of you. You're also a very valuable member of this, this channel. Thank you so much, my former local PE, but now support diaspora voting. We also appreciate you. Please find time. We need to be seeing your face and hearing your voice too. Your own angle of taking things is totally different, and it makes a lot of sense for anybody who is open-minded. When those of you on the keypad, my friend Boom Boom Ray, Quinty A, Live and Johnny of Henry, Guy Owelala.
Owalele.
Okay.
Sometimes I wonder if you guys are Nigerians.
Etc. Each and every one of you who have contributed, who have been with us, and have actually given your honest opinion, we appreciate it. Whether, even if I don't, as a moderator, I don't agree with you, it doesn't matter. It's your opinion, and I respect it. And I will encourage you to keep giving them, irrespective of who is moderating. God bless you all. and do have a pleasant night's rest. Thank you all.
Thank you, KJ, and let us get ready for the Chief Zebediah Okorigwemobe, Alliance 430's 75th birthday.
Okay,
time.
if you have a way, we can have him live, or we can record him and play him over here. That will be good.
We'll get it done.
Yes, we can.
Rudolph is from Nobi.
Yes, we can have him, and then it will be good to also, when we want to do that, advertise it, and those people like local people who would like to support and all that, we can talk with him and see what we can be able to support. I personally believe that when people are alive, that's the time to show them love, not when. I don't believe in golden caskets. It doesn't make any difference. Thank you so much, Lokupi. Good to see you again.
Where's Bubuleria? Where is she?
She's late. Oh, she passed on.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. When?
Yeah, she passed on some months ago.
Months ago?
Yes, months ago, really.
They don't answer from Nigeria.
You know, say those people, those
months. I want to see maybe years, like maybe 10 years.
Buried like if I remember very well, less than 3 months ago she was buried.
Then Nigeria don't stand still for them.
No. You see, that's why I say, what do we do to show our people that we truly?
Man, that's very shocking, man. Believe that, Jesus Christ, I know. And the only if I don't want to shut down for her, as in there's no production, no nothing. In fact, news station, all the news stations, NTA, especially all of them supposed like carry out. Man.
Yeah, she passed on.
So you're so annoying anyway. You're so annoying.
Yes. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a good night, sir.
All right. Good night.
And God bless you, Local P. Please, where have you been now? Make the show. They know the like is what you do now.
You see, the code of the strong for this and so the work that they had, code of the strong, work that they had. So.
All right.
Good, sir.
See you very soon.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
Bound in freedom, peace, and unity. Hey, that's so. Oh, yeah. Arise, oh, compatriots. Nigeria, call obey to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom.